I think it's been records. He was able to have a fix himself. Singing, it's like something high. Things you don't start back from when I found out how to I think that's actually so that's not a good story. I think so. This is a really I don't know if I feel like this is a really toxic like relationship.
Best friend would beat the fuck out of you, Mizkif. Let me tell
Like you
you.
made me want to kill myself. Like all I ever did was love you. Like, can I get a ride home? You think Mizkif's gonna threaten legal action?
No, I don't think so.
I mean, he could with this video.
Neither of them is going to
I mean, he
actually
claims
take you
physical
guys. It's
assault,
happening in
right?
fucking September, you
At the end
idiot.
of the day, a very serious situation.
The
We
fuck?
can't
Are
be
you
fully knowing
stupid?
the full context or even what happened inside of the situation until we see the full footage. This is Mitch Jones alleging that Mizkif physically assaulted him, and we have the accusation again. That same video, Mizkif saying he was inebriated under the influence. That being Mitch Jones, potentially drunk and on other substances. So allegations going both ways in a clip that is also missing a large portion of what I think people would need to see in order to make
You mean the
correct
fight
judgment
video?
on the situation that is incredibly
Yeah, what do you want to
sensitive
see? Him
and
pull him
ultimately
out
definitely a very
and get
toxic
fucking
relationship which should be dealt with in
hit
some
and
form or
choked?
another.
Is that
Don't
what
forget,
you
of
want to
course,
see?
leave your thoughts down below, and we'll wait to see if Mizkif does give an official response to this or a refute to what Mitch Jones has alleged. We also don't know if Mitch Jones is trying to press
No one
charges with
cares.
this or just have this information be out there in public so people know, or he wants people to know something about Mizkif. But I think this probably does warrant a response from Miz for the full story on this situation, or at least more than what we know now, which clearly
Really?
isn't enough. So until next time, hope
I
you
don't
guys all
think
enjoy.
so.
We'll see you back here soon. Take care of
I don't
yourselves.
think it warrants a response at all.
Introducing your champion.
Either one's a tough guy. Shit went down in the streets. If it was anyone else, no one would care and everyone would have moved on. I don't know how else to put it to you. Canute steak.
It sounds like a scam. Sounds like a scam, and most likely it's a scam when it's Mitch Jones. I can guarantee you here.
Most likely a scam if it's Mitch Jones, it says. Woo, that's some hot.
We support Mizkif on this.
Y'all good with that?
Him up, it would have been well deserved almost. Just
No communication.
Sorry for that, Joe.
Enough lying around. We dropped him.
Mizkif is a name that you probably haven't heard of in a while.
Oh my god, are those wicked cushions?
Watching his content ever since he's come back from his drama from a little over a year ago, where he was accused of covering up an essay.
Damn, now I feel like a total toolbox having wicked cushions after all these fucking douches decide to go after him. Fuck! I just needed some replacement cushions. And I had to get the douchebag ones, huh?
The third-party investigation was kind of inconclusive as far as who was at fault in certain areas of things. This was a big thing when it happened, but since then, Mizkif has come back. As far as I understand it, Mizkif...
Emmy saved Mizkif's career.
But you can see on the website, he's not listed here anymore. So we're not 100% sure if he's still involved as a creator, or maybe he's more involved on the back end of it. Now, that being said, I saw something on Twitter today that made me kind of perk my ears up and go like, oh, I haven't heard Mizkif, I haven't heard of him in a while, and hearing him in this context
What?
is really
You haven't
not
heard about him in
good.
a while? What the
Now, the image or the video that I originally saw was posted by Drama Alert, and they put their fucking ugly logo in this top corner, making it look like it's an exclusive video that they found. But in fact,
Keemstar.
another big content creator and streamer, is the person who uploaded this
DJ
video. And Drama Alert just
Keemstar.
cut the video differently so that the most shocking part of the video is
Daddy to a
it's
little
stunning.
girl.
They could have just linked to this video.
Slap
but I'm going to show you
like
the video, and we're going to talk about
he's
what
12.
Mitch is accusing Mizkif of in this video. He's got the receipts for it. He's got the things to back up what he's saying. So let's have a look at what he has to say about Mizkif and the, I don't even know if I have to say alleged assault. I think this is just a proven assault that Mizkif...
Sure, I'll take it.
But I'm getting ahead of myself. Let's watch this.
Mizkif physically assaulted me to the point that I was told I might have to have surgery on one of my arteries, and I have
My
a full-on
arteries?
concussion
Your artery is basically a giant vein,
We're
bro.
not gonna watch all of this.
You had to what, sew it back together? Is you're talking about something in your neck? Oh my god, they did not tell you because you got choked in the neck that you had to have. That's not true.
Doorbell camera footage that was released in this video.
Not
This is
true.
crazy that we live in a world where doorbell cameras are being used to corroborate streamer assault accusations.
You wanna do it again? Huh?
Yeah, I want to do it again, Miz. Knock my tooth out again, please. Please, Miz, hit me. Hit me in the face, Miz. Come on. Choke me out from behind, Miz.
Because apparently there was a fight at the house that these guys were
He was dropping him off after they went out. He was a little inebriated. He acted a fool.
Allegedly, Mizkif is saying he's high on cocaine.
We don't have to say all that.
Mitch is drunk, maybe Mitch
We don't have to say the rest of the part. Just that he was wasted. They came home, two friends talking shit to each other in the car. They got out of the car. Fucking Mitch Jones went Greg. They talked shit to each other. He said, grabbed him in the fucking thing. Miz got out, beat the fuck out of him.
This guy has insane bruising.
Not really beat the
He's
fuck
got
out
one
of
of
him.
his teeth that was
Not
knocked
insane
out that he
bruising.
needed
Have
to
you ever
get
seen a real fight, bro?
on. And he's got long-lasting side effects of a concussion. So
Yeah.
he has been like
One person got the better of the other person, and then he kind of felt bad for him, so he didn't beat the fuck out of him. Have you ever seen a real battle where someone wants to beat the fuck out of them and one guy gets the better of the other guy? I don't think you guys know what real fighting looks like. Holy shit.
Of this happening. There's video of Mitch going to the hospital afterwards, and Mitch also in this video of his shows I believe it's a medical report, might be a police report.
You guys want some other shit out of this?
That Mitch is saying. Now,
We're gonna take the tower here to my left.
and one of the other crazy things is, right after this happened, Mitch felt like he needed to cover up the fact that Mizkif was assaulting him. And that was with this stream that he did, I think, 2 days after getting beat up by Mizkif, allegedly.
I sound a little shitty today. I got in a car accident yesterday, and my I'm like some slack guy, like, I got fucked up. There's a lot of people.
So, this is crazy. One of the reasons this is crazy is because this is not the first time that Mizkif is being accused of kind of being a little bit of a dirtbag. Now, the original drama that happened between Slick and the other streamer.
Whoa. There's a lot different between Miz being a dirtbag and letting girls get assaulted and this shit.
Kind of having this stuff follow him around a year later.
But there is something to be said that maybe if you're always in the drama, it might be you.
Is also not really good. That means that there is definitely a power imbalance between him and Mizkif, and the fact that Mizkif has enough of a pool in the streamer creator community to say, hey, don't talk about this, don't bring this up. Apparently Mizkif is talking shit behind Mitch's back and spreading lies around this situation. That's really damaging. It's damaging to Mitch.
I got people on me right here.
And this could be really damaging to Mizkif and his image if all of this is true. I'm inclined to believe Mitch. Again, I'm going to leave his video linked in the description.
I got 2 on me right here.
It's only 5 minutes long, but it has enough information in here that I can confidently say, I think Mitch is telling the truth. I think Mitch is out here saying some things that are probably sprinkled with some truth now. Okay? So if you want to get followers on here, definitely hit that subscribe button. We hit 500 subscribers today. Thank you guys so much. I really appreciate it. And just subscribe and hit the like button. I'll see you guys next time. Bye. Love you. Maybe Mizkif will stop being a garbage person in the future. Who knows? Okay, bye-bye.
Because then he does shit like this, right? And then months later, he comes to me, and he cries, and he tells me, Alinity, I don't know what to do, everybody hates me, I'm depressed, I don't want to live, like all this shit, trying like, video or whatever, right? I just don't get it. Like, I just don't get it. I don't understand these people. I don't fucking understand these people. It's so scary. It is so scary, like, being in this industry and dealing with people like this. Yeah, I'm being honest.
Get me
It's
out of
actually
the
scary.
Another bloody squad's attacking us. Enemy on your feet, mate. I'm down.
I'm gonna need to carry more baggage around the whole world. I'm spotted, taking fire.
Yeah, because I heard that he had gotten in a fight with some other person that I'm not gonna get involved.
I don't know why you didn't let me get him the first time.
No, it was another person he was fighting with.
Clearly, I've got the drone.
And there was someone else that he almost got in a fight with 2 days after that.
Rings around the corner.
Like,
Yo, can you get off the edge with me over here?
He was fighting another person,
They're shooting at me.
and he had to get kicked out of his party. Mitch was
Bro, my
fighting
siblings
people.
included.
Like, he was just fighting everyone, showing up to places where nobody wanted him, and just fighting people.
Well, I got a tower. You can use the tower.
Legit. And then he was crying because he doesn't get invited to shit. Oh my god.
A portion of today's video is sponsored by Backlash. Hey everyone, Travis here, and the Apple Vision Pro has been released to the wild for a few days now, and with that, I wanted to check out all the available apps that are out there in the App Store and pick some of my favorites. Apple says there's about 600 native apps available for the Vision Pro as of day one, and I'm sure that's going to grow significantly over time. Those are Apple Vision Pro Vision OS apps, not just iPhone and iPad apps moved over to the device. There's a little bit of everything in there, from immersive entertainment to art to weather to games, so I wanted to go through a few and pick my favorites. So here's 16 of my favorite Apple Vision Pro apps. The first app we have here on this list is Tucon, and this is a very cool immersive recipe app. It allows for step-by-step instructions and detailed breakdowns of everything you need for a recipe that's shown in this app and multiple windows.
I'm gonna go back
This is
this
gonna
way
be
to get him
super
up.
helpful for
If
someone
we can
like
get
me
down
that
there, I don't know if we
absolutely
can.
knows nothing about cooking. A lot of people have questioned the use case of this device, and I think that this is one of those examples where it mixes real-world use cases like cooking with a 3D immersive space, being able to show you your recipes and everything.
You'll be on edge
within
right
that
here.
recipe, in your ingredients list, being able to check things off as you go and follow a step-by-step guide while still seeing your full environment as you're cooking. Next up is Carrot, which is a weather app with Spice.
I think
Apple
we're
does
good.
not have their own weather app, so I had to default to a third-party one. This one has a full.
I can heal you if you get to me.
Need to know about the current weather.
Master War says,
LA right
tough.
now, but it has all the things you need to know. In the app itself, you can choose how sassy or not you want it to be, and it has some funny jokes to go along with the weather. My favorite part about this app is
Did you actually spot someone over there or no?
there's live weather data, and you can interact with it. Next up is Cut the Rope 3, and this brings me back to classic iOS games. Cut the Rope is one of those classic iOS apps that I spent many hours on my iPhone 5 playing back when app games were kind of new and fresh with touchscreen controls. But this one is fully 3D and immersive, and you use your eyes and your pinching to cut the rope. Now, as we go through the launch of the Apple Vision Pro, we are going to make a ton of more content breaking this device down even further, so make sure to subscribe. An app that I found to be very interesting to utilize your real-world space in 3D immersive is DaVinci Eye. This app allows you to take a 2D image that's stored on your device and place it on a physical surface and change the opacity so you can use it to trace. I think this idea is really cool, but in addition to that, you can actually use another device and make murals in 3D. Now, as far as art and creative apps, this is only scratching the surface, and I'm sure as time goes on, utilizing this for creative purposes is going to be awesome. Now, the 3D effect of these displays in this thing is super convincing and the best I've seen out of any VR headset so far, and Exploring Mars is a great example of that. This app is very similar to Jig Space, which I will talk about in a minute. This app shows a full 3D working, even life-size if you want it to be, Mars rover. The coolest thing here is not only is it functional, but you can pick out each piece and it gives you a description on what that part does. And I think things like this for education are going to be super crazy. Obviously, this thing is going to need to get a little bit cheaper to make that happen, but the next app is called Indle, and I can find this to be very useful for those that meditate. It basically takes the world around you and makes it fully immersive. This app is very cool as it completely changes over your 3D space into light rays so you can really focus and feel like you're out in the sun. You can set timers on how long you want this to go on for, and it looks like there's going to be even more added to this app in the future. And another app that I find to be super useful is one from today's video sponsor.
Fuck.
It's that time of year where
How the fuck are we gonna get in there?
habits for yourself, but the thought of where to start can be very daunting.
Can you zip line up this thing to the top of this somehow, or something? I don't know.
Makes starting therapy much less intimidating and much more accessible than ever.
Okay, then I don't know.
I encourage you to make what's called a SMART goal. Specific,
Ah, they're sniping me!
relevant, and time-bound, which could set you up for success. It's incredibly easy to get started. You fill out a questionnaire that will ask you questions about what challenges you're going through, what kind of therapist you'd like, and then BetterHelp will adapt and match you with the best therapist available for you. Join over the 4 million people that have used BetterHelp and start living a healthier and better life. Click the link in the description below or visit betterhelp.com. BetterHelp will match you to one of over 30,000 therapists in their network based on your needs, preferences, and locations, which gives you access to a wider range of expertise that may be available in your city. Therapy sessions are offered in different formats, like video call, phone call, or even messaging, which makes it really convenient and comfortable for the therapist. Clicking our link helps support the channel and also gets you 10% off your first month of BetterHelp. So you can start to...
I got a tower.
And thank you so much to BetterHelp for sponsoring this portion of today's video. Game Room is the closest thing that I will get to full life-size Harry Potter chests, and this thing is really cool. Not only can you play other card games on this app, but it also gives you a full 3D platform right in front of you.
Well, don't land on me.
And it still blows my mind that you can just look at the board, look at the chess piece, and move it across the board. So if you're looking to play solitaire or chess, this is definitely a cool way to play this. Now, I mentioned this before, it's a big space, and I think it's one of the coolest apps available on the Vision Pro as of yet. This app shows 3D models.
Because then he does shit like this, right? And then months later, he comes to me, and he cries, and he tells me, Linity, I don't know what to do, everybody hates me, I'm depressed, I don't want to live, like all this shit, to try and like gather sympathy or whatever, right? I just don't get it. Like, I just don't get it. I don't understand these people. I don't fucking understand these people. It's so scary. It is so scary, like, being in this industry and dealing with people like this. I'm gonna be honest, like, it actually scares me.
Well, don't deal with them. How about that?
Think of that. Yeah, because I heard that he had gotten in a fight with some other person that I'm not gonna get involved in this. But I know that there was another person that he was fighting with. Actually, and there was someone else that he almost got in a fight with a few days after that. Like at a Halloween party. He was fighting another person. And he had to get kicked out of those parties. Mitch was just fighting people. Like, he was just fighting everyone. Showing up to places where nobody wanted him. And just fighting people. Legit. And then he was crying because he doesn't get invited to shit.
I wonder why.
Oh my god.
A portion of today's video is sponsored by BetterHelp. Hey everyone, Travis here, and the Apple Vision Pro has been released to the wild for a few days now, and with that, I wanted to check out all the available apps that are out there in the App Store and pick some of my favorites. Apple says there's about 600 native apps available for the Vision Pro as of day one, and I'm sure that's going to grow significantly over time. Those are Apple Vision Pro Vision OS apps, not just iPhone and iPad apps moved over to the device. There's a little bit of everything in there, from immersive entertainment to art to weather to games, so I wanted to go through a few and pick my favorites. So here's 16 of my favorite Apple Vision Pro apps. The first app we have here on this list is Crouton, and this is a very cool immersive recipe app. It allows for step-by-step instructions and detailed breakdowns of everything you need for a recipe that's shown in this app and multiple windows, and this is going to be super helpful for someone like me that absolutely knows nothing about cooking. A lot of people
Okay, so you don't
use
use that ever
this
then.
device, and I think that this is one of those examples where it mixes real-world use cases like cooking with a 3D immersive space, being able to show you your recipes and everything.
Can you ask your dad to confirm if the garden alien from the 8th?
So recently I've uploaded a couple of videos which were basically a tutorial on how to ruin your company. You know, we had the Panera Bread situation, we had the bacon paper situation, we had the kite baby situation. If for some reason you're in a rush to ruin your entire company, that would be a good route to go down. Well, today we're going to change it up ever so slightly because this is going to be a tutorial on how to ruin your TikTok career. So if for some reason you're sick of posting TikToks, you know, it's getting a bit difficult posting your 30-second videos with zero editing, this would be a good route to go down. Because today we are talking about a TikToker called Lanna from Omigo. Now, I'm not exactly sure where the whole from Omigo thing originates. Like, is she famous on Omigo? I don't really get it. How can you be famous on Omigo? I swear it's not like you can randomize who you speak to. So I don't my notes here. I have to use a screenshot of Liana's account because her account is currently on private, as we can see here, and I can't find it anywhere. And there's a very good reason why her account is private, and it's because she's getting a ridiculous amount of backlash. And I can't say it's unjustified, and in fact, in her opinion, the backlash should be a good thing. Now, this will all make sense in just a second, so let's add some context to this, right? So Liana is a TikToker, she posts like get ready with me and whatnot, and in fact the video we're watching today is a get ready with me, which in itself should be pretty unproblematic, shouldn't it? I mean, she's getting ready for the video. But it's not her specifically getting ready that's the problem. It's the stuff that she's talking about whilst getting ready. And you know what, I'll just play the video and we can start talking about it, because it becomes pretty obvious why she's getting so much backlash.
There was a comment someone made, and it basically said something to the effect of, I'm so glad to see that me, I'm still the same girl that she was in high school.
Now, one thing I'll say straight away is that she's kind of whispering throughout this video, so it makes it quite hard to understand what she's saying at some point. And maybe it's just me, maybe it's an accent thing, but I'll try my best to explain. But at this point, someone left a comment, someone that knew Liana in school, who claims that she was actually a bully, she was a mean girl in school. And let me tell you, Liana's reaction to this is probably not what you would expect.
I didn't really care about people when I was in high school. I was just busy doing my own thing and dealing with my own stuff. Actually, my high school life was very strange. I was pretty smart, like I am really smart, so I was in a lot of the like higher academic classes, but I wasn't friends with any of the kids in those classes. So I also had really bad RBF. So that might have had something to do with it.
You can kind of tell by the calm way she's explaining this that she doesn't regret any of this. So that becomes very clear the further we get into this. But it's so nonchalant, isn't it? Like, someone's claiming that she was a mean girl in school and she was a bully. It's just going, yeah, so basically I was really smart in school. You know, I was in all the smart classes, but I didn't like any of them.
Sometimes I see things before I can think them through, so... But yeah, like I said, I was in high school over 4 years ago, and I was in the COVID class, so I wasn't even going to school, like, probably for a month before our school closed because I was doing my own thing. I've traveled a lot in the past 4 years. I've met a lot of different people, been in a lot of different places, and learned a lot of like lessons. So I don't really think about high school anymore. And if you're still focused on me in high school, then you clearly have no purpose in my life, because you would definitely have a different opinion if you like actually knew me.
Okay, right, I mean, that's not a good start, is it? Now, the thing is, this video could have been somewhat good, right? She could have read this comment, spoke about how she was a completely different person, which she kind of is here with a few weird comments here and there, but she could at least show some remorse, right, and apologise, and in fact she goes on to do the complete opposite. Because at the end of the day, no one's going to hold you to the person you were in school for the rest of your life, as long as you've changed. But when she goes on to say the opinions that she says in this video, it makes it seem as if she hasn't changed, or at least she doesn't regret anything she did in school.
Well, someone who's like focused on high school and it's been almost 5 years, y'all must be chronically online and need to like get a life.
I mean, she's still going in on the people. She has said multiple times now that if you're still going on about stuff that's happening in school, like, what's wrong with you? Complete disregarding the fact that the stuff that she could have done in school definitely could affect people for many years. You can bring her confidence for so long, and the fact that she's saying that she's changed, it's a bit baffling. It clearly doesn't seem like she has. She hasn't changed her opinions on this. And if anything, she's still going in on the same people. If she really had changed, she would probably be doing anything in her power to be nice to these people now.
Go meet people, go talk to people, go make money, yo.
I mean, yeah, still just taking a piss here, saying, like, do something better with your life, go make money, talk to people, all this. I mean, this doesn't seem like something's changed. So you can already see where the backlash is coming from, right? And we're not even halfway through.
I do have a hot take on this. I think bullying is something that has to happen when you're young.
Excuse me? So you haven't changed then? That whole spiel at the beginning was just a load of shite? I think it's just a bit ironic to say that this is something that has to happen when you're young, when you were the full. It's not like the rules are here.
I think this way, and I will probably continue to think this way. If you're someone who's being bullied, you kind of like to learn to stick up for yourself, or like learn to have more confidence in yourself. Bullying in America, or like the Mean Girls of America, bruh, it's really not that bad.
I mean, Cop, how can you say it when you were that person? I mean, you give this big speech for people who were stuck in their mindset from school and should go out and travel and meet people, but you definitely seem to be in the same mindset from school. You left 4 or 5 years ago, as you said, you're an adult now, and you still have the opinion that bullying is a good thing. It's a bit embarrassing, isn't it? And again, like I said earlier, a lot of people would not hold it against her if she really had changed. People aren't going to hold against her what she was as a child to what she is as an adult, as long as she has changed. But that clearly isn't the case. She clearly still has a mindset of a high school student. And not only does she have that mindset, she is so confident in it that she went to TikTok to tell it to God knows how many people. And I mean, it's a lovely message to spread, right? Especially when there's so many young people online watching TikTok videos to say bullying is a good thing. I mean, imagine if some of these mean girls watch this, as you say, or these bullies watch this, and all of a sudden they're thinking, oh, right, so I'm actually doing the Lord's work here. And do you know what's even more ironic about this? As I mentioned at the beginning of the video, she has now privated her account, but she claims that bullying is a good thing, meaning she should probably have the belief that the negative comments she's getting are a good thing, but clearly she doesn't because the roles have now been reversed. It's funny how that happens, isn't it? It's very ironic.
American teenagers have gotten so soft these days because of social media. Literally anything offends people and makes people feel like,
oh my god, I mean, how unlikable can you be? And to say this so confidently on a TikTok video, like, how did you think this was gonna go? If you were really gonna hit that this much to the point where you private your account, what did you expect to happen? Did you really think that the comment section was going to be filled with people being like, yeah, I've had the same opinion for years, you know, bullying's fucking mint? Like, honestly, this could have been such a good opportunity to own up to your mistakes and show that you've grown, you know, now that you're an adult, you don't have this mindset anymore, you regret it and whatnot. But clearly the opposite has happened. And again, if there was ever a tutorial on how to ruin your career as quickly as possible, this would be a great one.
It's gonna help you grow up and be a stronger person, a heavier foot in life because of your experience. Unless you dwell on it for 4 years after high school.
Oh my god. Like, the way she's going on about this is actually horrible. She's clearly still a bully. Brilliant, right? She's laughing at people who have had the experience of being bullied. She's a bully. And she's talking about how she changed at the beginning. I don't get it, right? Because she's now laughing at the people who went through this experience, making fun of them, saying they're still going on about it 4 years later. You aren't in their shoes. I mean, you got a very small taste of being in their shoes by getting a few negative comments on social media, and you were terrified of it and private your account, and now you're no longer posting. Like, if we're going to go on about what's happened in the last 4 years, what have you done in the last 4 years that's helped you grow as a person? Because it doesn't seem like much. You've done all the travelling, you've done all the speaking to people, earning your money, as you said. But it clearly hasn't done much.
And then if you are someone who's bullying people, you never know what's going on in someone's life. Don't take it too personally if someone's bullying you to cause
Jesus Christ, man. It just gets worse, doesn't it? She spoke 99% of this video by basically saying that bullying is a good thing, and if you're being bullied, don't dwell on it for 4 years. And she finally gets to the point to talk about the people who are the bullies, right? To try and give advice to them. Which you would probably think should be 99% of the video, you know, explaining how wrong it is. But all she says, in a very short sentence, is, if you are someone who is bullying people, you don't know what they're going through in life. And then quickly moves on to say, oh, by the way, if you're being bullied, you don't know what's going on in their life either.
Honestly, those people probably have some things they're going to work on themselves. Maybe that's all they know. But it's going to teach them, too, how to treat people.
Also, just the fact that she's doing this all while putting, like, fucking skincare stuff on her face, like, you couldn't have done this in a better scenario, could you?
A lot of people that are bullies do end up having, like, higher social growth in life.
What? Wait, what? People that are bullies have higher growth in life? Where did you get that from then? I don't think that's a real stat in the single slides. If it is, I would love to see it. But I mean, Exhibit A, clearly you haven't had much growth at all.
But if you're still dwelling on that from 5 years ago...
and just still laughing about it. I mean, she genuinely is probably one of the most unlikable people I think I've seen on this app. And I don't know how many views it's got before she made her account private. I would say it's on about 30,000 likes. And this isn't a video that you would probably usually like, meaning I would hazard a guess that it was on nearly 1 million views. That would be my guess. But a lot of people have seen this video. That is clear as day. How did you think this was going to go? And I just can't get over the irony that she then privated her account because of these negative comments. Like, do you not see that irony yourself? You're laughing at people who got affected by bullying, which is worse than just some negative comments on a TikTok video, and you couldn't take that. So how do you think they feel? And again, this could have been a decent video, right? Showing that you've changed, showing remorse, all this stuff, right? I think a lot of people wouldn't hold that against her. Of course, there would be a lot of negative comments, right? But it wouldn't be as negative as this, clearly. But this video is so tone deaf, it is unbelievable.
Well, I don't talk to anyone from high school.
I'm not surprised. Why would I want to speak to you?
High school doesn't matter at all. You're 22. You really need to like get a grip and focus on like your priorities. Like,
okay, so she's 22, I'm guessing, from that statement right there, which is even more embarrassing that she's making this video. I mean, you're going on about how, like, if you're 22, you really need to get a grip and all this stuff. But look at you. You're 22 and you're making a TikTok video about how great bullying is. Like, you're not embarrassed.
Back up to me.
Which is crazy to me.
Instead of pushing in.
It's just not a good video, is it?
Always made me giggle when I would see people from my school watching my stuff. So crazy.
It really makes me giggle when I see people from school watching my stuff. Well, they can't watch it anymore because you got rid of it all because you were scared of the people watching your videos. But don't dwell on it, Liana. Because at the end of the day, this is a good thing. Imagine all the growth.
For being bullied in high school, or you are bullied in high school.
Get back to me.
It's so overrated. High school is literally mean 0 to me now. And all the things that happen in high school literally mean less to me now. Because
yeah, because you were the one doing it. You were on the receiving end of it. I genuinely think that she couldn't have tackled this topic worse than what she did. She just made it as bad as humanly possible. Which I guess in itself is quite the talent. You somehow made the worst possible video on a topic you could. Well done, I guess.
If you're still like reminiscing about high school and you're still hurt by something I said or did to you, I'm sorry. I probably don't remember it, and you should probably give us some more.
Oh god, I mean, where did all the growth go then? She mentioned it a few times and I see absolutely none of it. She literally ends the video by going, I'm sorry, I guess. I probably don't remember it.
I don't know why you don't retreat to me.
This is currently how her TikTok account looks. I'm sure you can remember.
Scrappy DP says, retreat to me. Scrappy DP says, or I am leaving.
Stupid amount of views, to the point where people in Liana's social life,
John Debai Stepa says,
are definitely going
leave.
to see this. They're definitely going to know about this video existing. And I'm assuming she has a job, which, if they find out, I'm not sure that they're going to react. Because look at the attention this is getting, right? Here's someone talking about it with 761,000 views. He's another one with 2.2 million, nearly 200,000. And then we've got a bunch like 40,000, 20,000. This one's got 260,000. Like, millions of people have seen this at this point. Oh, and yeah, as I scroll down, there's even more with ridiculous amounts of views. This one's got nearly 1 million. Like, a lot of people have seen this. This is going to affect her life a lot. And maybe at that point she'll realise like, how bad that video was. You know, once it actually affects her and she realises maybe that would change her opinions. Who really knows at this point? But I highly doubt there's going to be a big return to TikTok anytime soon because the reaction is going to be horrendous, which she clearly can't take, right? She can't take the negative comments, which again, very ironic. But who knows, maybe she will return. This did happen about 6 or 7 days ago. She hasn't returned yet. So, who knows what's going to happen. I would love to know your thoughts down below in the comment section on everything that's going on today's video. What do you think is going to happen next? Please let me know. And yeah, I'm going to leave the video there. So if you did enjoy, please give a like down below. Subscribe if you are new. And until the next one, I'll see you guys in a bit. Alright, goodbye.
Did you ever have an experience? Tucker Carlson had this guy who used to work for a pharmaceutical company on his show today, or the episode's out today, and it's about, a lot of it is about Ozempic, about how many people are being prescribed Ozempic, or they're handing it out like nothing too. It's kind of wild. It's kind of wild because I think it's gonna be one of the most profitable drugs ever.
Do they know what's gonna happen to you after you take it? Because
people have been taking it.
I got a feeling there's no way that works.
Dude, people have been taking it for a long time. There's like, oh, we've used this for diabetes.
I felt that way about literally every single.
I know, dude.
Dude, SSR, like people were like, you're depressed. I was like, yeah, dude, definitely. I hate this. I'm like, no.
Yeah, they're terrible. They turned out to be awful. The withdrawal from those things are catastrophic.
People have severe intestinal sort of things happen with them. They have a bad side effect.
Numb gastrointestinal.
Numbs your genitals?
You can get numb genitals too. Brian Simpson had a real bad reaction to it.
Really?
Yeah, real bad.
That sucks. Brian's sad.
Yeah, his stomach was just jacked. But some people have it. Some people take it as no problem at all. Yeah, but yeah. Trying to get off of it. It's like you have like a headache and brain zaps for like a month. What? Do you want, Jim? Ozempic burned off my genitals. I found pieces of charred skin in the toilet. Maybe some other things are going on. Yeah. Fucking Ozempic. Is that real?
Posted it.
Dr. Maria's pussy fell off. Oh my god, she got severe burns and charred skin on her vagina, anus, and buttocks owing to once-weekly jabs. She's a professor of pharmacology, health, and pharmacology health at the University of Texas, Rio Grande Valley. Penned a testimonial on her Ozempic use to use it. So she's obviously very smart. Yeah. This is Ozempic, toe that pussy up. That's all. Oh my god. She said I checked my genitals, anus, and buttocks. His name's Ozempic. So that's just Ozempic.
Fucking rocked my anus. My anus fell off. I took a shit. My anus fell off. God damn.
She said some areas had charred skin. Fine. She said it was as if she was exposed to sunlight for days. Everybody wants to be skinny, man. That's great. Dude, everyone's on. I know a lot of people going on this stuff. Like
John Device Steppa
I'm not
says,
talking about this particular one.
Sure.
But you brought home a lady, and she had a hard anus and vagina.
You're like, what happened? I used to be fat.
You go, all right.
She's thin and hot now. Now here's the picture me around 250. Like, whoa. How'd you do it? Hold on.
My butt fell off, but things are fine.
We could do other stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We could mouth play.
My holes fell off. My holes are rotten.
My fucking holes fell off, but it's fine. Are you into mouth play?
Mouth play?
Sorry. I know that's not great, but saying mouth play and hand play is
so funny. What
are you fucking Googling,
Going down the article on the way.
It still hurts when I have to urinate or defecate. It often starts peeling again because of the friction, said the survivor. They're calling her survivor. This might be her lawyer might have wrote all this. On a very strict diet and not taking any medication at this moment in time, but this will change in a few weeks. Rosa, I want to heal before I start again with any medication. And due to the strict diet, my level of glucose is thankfully under control.
She still supports it, which is nice.
She still loves the injections for lowering her blood sugar. Well, that's what it's for, right? It's a diabetes drug.
Damn. What?
That's fucked.
So if it fall her shit off, why is she still doing it?
Paralysis or something like
She had
that.
all of the side effects you guys just said: depression, gastro problems.
I'd be depressed.
Gastrointestinal
Yeah, that's fucked
issues.
up. Yeah, that's a weird thing.
Complications.
It's like, yeah, you shouldn't be obese, and I think it's something like 50% of the country. Shane, speak on this. Speak on your people.
Fuck you, Joe.
The Joe Rogan experience.
Everybody shit their pants and everybody's falling. Exactly. Yeah, I shit my pants just last week. Really? Thought I was gonna fart in my house. I felt it come out wet. I was like, "You son of a."
You know what? Sometimes that's kind of nice.
I was on my way out the door.
Oh, that's not
I
good.
was on my way to do a podcast. Oh, shit my pants.
Shit your fucking pants.
God damn it. I rinse them off in the sink. Yeah, I'm usually.
What?
Sorry,
Yeah, I guess
You were at home.
Yeah, true. I usually
Go take a shower and put some new fucking drawers on, you dumbass.
Bro, one time I was coming home from Fear Factor. One time I was coming home from Fear Factor, and I was fighting it. I was fighting it.
You
It was a battle.
You
It was
left
a battle. It was like, oh god.
You went in his way.
Filled my pants. Filled. I mean, filled. Where I immediately felt it in my sock. Like right away. I was like, oh, good lord. I mean, it rocketed out of my ass. The underwear was about as effective as our border wall. It went down the sink. I felt it in the back of my legs instantly. I was like, oh Christ. It was an explosion. I was holding back as long as I could.
And you released it.
It was like you're hanging off a bridge, and you realize you can't just pull yourself up.
You're just like, oh, that's it.
Where were you? How far
I
from
was in
the
my
house?
car. I do not remember.
Oh,
I
in
just
your
remember
car.
being in
Okay.
my car and just unloading on my SUV seats. Alexis SUV. I just filled that front seat up with shit.
How did you clean that out? What was the process?
I took it to the car wash, bro.
Oh my God.
I cleaned it out myself, and then I brought it to the car wash to get it detailed. I didn't tell them I shit myself. So they got that car like, holy.
Yeah, I'd rather see.
That's good. Dumb.
What comes out?
Do you in your phone?
You think we can make it? Marty!
If someone throws up in your car, it smells forever.
You gotta burn it and say, oh, it caught on fire. Then bring it to the dealership.
I did not shit myself.
What the fuck? Why couldn't I free look?
But I caught my front seat on fire.
My friend
We are fucked now. We
drove
can still
home
get there.
like
We can still get there. We're just gonna have to take it by foot after we
His
get
mom was
down.
outside. She was like,
Get down, get down.
I shit my pants.
Get down tonight.
Oh my god.
Yes, dude. Getting hosed by your mom. You shit your pants.
He said it was like
Hard nose.
he was pulling into the driveway.
Come on in.
Oh shit, someone's here. Get the fuck out of here. The fuck out of here. The fuck out of here.
Clean on the. You gotta just stand there.
How you doing, Mom?
Hose water's fucking freezing.
Cold.
He said he was in his driveway, saw his house, and he just lost. He's like, I lost it. Dude.
At the goal line.
You guys are gonna push it?
Brings his leg. Clydesdale.
All right.
At the goal line. I mean, that is where it gets you. The second you.
I was
Be on the lookout.
I drove with the windows down, smelling my own shit for a solid 45 minutes.
What was going through your head though? Like, did you accept it? Were you like,
Yeah, I
unacceptable?
shit myself. I mean, what are you gonna do? I had ruthless diarrhea, but it's like, oh,
Dude, sick.
yeah, it must have been. I don't remember. I don't. All I remember is that feeling, the feeling of like knowing you're gonna lose.
Yeah.
Oh, I have a tap.
Yeah,
I don't have a blackout. I'm feeling.
Yeah. It feels so good though, dude. Just be
That
like,
was horrible.
just give in and then
If I made
Yeah.
it to the toilet, it would have been amazing.
dude.
It would have been one of the greatest victories of my career.
Matt gave me a bunch of like microdose mushrooms. Took more than I should, and I was just on a walk. I was like, I'll just have a nice walk around New York. Dude, I got like 2 blocks away, and I was like, my stomach just went. I was like, oh no, dude, I sprinted up. Tommy was downstairs and heard me run up the steps. He was like, what the fuck was that?
I got some
Yeah, that was one of the biggest
where you get to the full like,
the keynotes at the front door.
yes. You keep the ball and you're quivering and you're pulling your pants down.
Oh god.
You get all weird. Buzzer. The 3-pointer's in the air.
Dude.
Jammed in an Uber on the way to the airport. It was like 6 in the morning. All of a sudden, like, fuck, and I had like 20 minutes. I was sitting in the car, sitting up one. I was just letting out these like any fart. And I was like, I want to tell like I'm sorry. So I was shitting. I was farting in the back of her car.
Oh my God.
I had to release pressure.
And you're sitting sideways.
You say sorry?
No.
Oh, okay.
He looks back at your launching.
I was at Terminal C. I was at Terminal C, and I'm like, Terminal A's fine. He's like, where are you going? I was like, oh, Terminal C. And I got there. I'm like, Terminal A's fine.
Yeah, you jumped at the airport at the
entrance. Well, the homeless people go in because anyone can get in. I made it, and I sat down. I saw there was no toilet paper, and I went, fuck it. And I had to just let it out.
What'd you do?
And luckily, dude, I went in my school bag, and my wife gave me a packet of Kleenex. I saw him put it in my bag like weeks ago. I'm like, dude, I don't leave that fucking shit in my bag.
She threw it in my bag, and I went, "What is it?" Pulled the Kleenex out, wiped my ass.
Woman's
down.
into it.
So
It was
For
dude.
shit to it.
It's woman's
Bro,
touch.
after
Woman's
using
touch.
these robot toilets that clean your butt, bro, I get sad when I have to just wipe. Oh, it's gross.
It sucks, dude. What?
It's gross. You're just smearing shit all over yourself.
All the way up.
Yeah.
You're like rubbing it to the point where you look at the tissue and it's reasonable. That's reasonable.
Yeah, oh, fuck, my ass itches.
Yeah. The bidets are so nice. I gotta put one
so
on.
nice.
I bought one from my old house and I tried to connect it and the fucking water sprayed everywhere, so I gotta hire a
Yeah, hire somebody.
Yeah, I gotta get a bidet. It's so nice. Dude, in the fucking bathroom in my comedy club.
Oh, yeah, it's nice.
Dude,
we didn't have one
You
for
been
a while.
shitting in there?
Yeah.
You been shitting in the one
I
bathroom?
shit every time I do stand up. I can't help it.
There's a button that says defecate. You ever hit that button?
Yes, brother.
Bro.
I hit all the buttons.
Really? That's a pipe cleaner.
I haven't dumped there. I don't think.
Dude. What does it say? North America through the 1700s, people were still wiping whatever they had on hand.
Oh, yeah.
Most common things were corn cobs and seashells.
Oh, it's like corn cobs.
They scraped their asshole with seashells. But by the 1800s, paper was becoming more widely available.
Yeah,
And
magazines.
finally, in 1857, a New Yorker named Joseph Gaiety introduced the first patented toilet paper.
Boss.
Wow.
Hero.
1857. So until 1857, everyone was just, the Romans cleaned it behind sea sponge. That seems like a good
That
move.
beats the fuck out of
Attached to a
seashell.
stick.
Yeah. Yeah, a lot of places in the world keep like a dish of water. In the Middle East, you keep a dish of water above your toilet and use one hand to like.
Let's make a choice. Land here.
Huh.
A wiping thesaurus.
Interesting. I think that's the move. The move is the sponge.
I
Because
like
if you
that.
use the sponge, then you can
Gotta
clean
be
the sponge
careful
off.
in this area.
Yeah.
You can reuse
Here
it.
we go.
It's
Ready
green.
up.
Yeah. Oh, you
Just
throw
sea
the
sponge.
sponge away, Jamie?
You know, just a pile of sponges in
No. You clean your sponge, you piece of shit. Everybody gets one sponge. It goes with your voter ID.
It's a sea sponge. Go get another one.
You don't have to put it on the end of the spear. You hold it in your hand like a gentleman.
They would get old though.
It's like you're buffing. Like when you buff your hood, just buff your asshole with a sea
A
sponge.
sponge, actually, that is nice.
That seems like a
I
good move.
think that for a car would feel great.
Yeah, I might.
So if you have,
Test a sponge.
so you have a toilet,
Yeah.
and right next to the toilet, you got like a basin, and the water's flowing. Put the sponge in there, clean it out.
Nice sound
It's not
too.
bad. It's just
Whoa.
It's water
Hey.
dripping in.
Unless you just got a mess. Chunky, thick,
To the shower.
frozen yogurt. You're never getting it out of the sponge. It's deep. It's all over your ass cheeks. You're wiping your legs. It's dripping down your legs now. Like, what the fuck did I do?
Shared by fellow butt wiper.
Oh, they were used and shared.
You don't have your own.
Of course. Why would you have your own, Jamie?
Yeah, it's fucking Rome.
The visitor. Okay, so if one of the freak visitors had intestinal worms, all the others would carry them home too.
Okay, that was a great drop. Nobody even communicated that there was anyone there.
You know they told me to test kids for worms? They said put a piece of scotch tape on your kid's butthole while it's sleeping, and the worms come out of the butthole at night, and they'll get stuck in
Yeah.
the scotch tape.
What?
Yeah, I had a doctor tell my wife this today.
Don't you have to like shine a light on your kid's asshole to see the worms coming out at night?
They hopefully, well, they want us
That
to put,
happened. I heard that.
yeah, but they want us to put scotch tape on the beehole.
Mayo Clinic says do that too.
Press the
man.
adhesive side of a piece of transparent tape to skin around the anus of the person you suspect has pinworms. As soon as the person awakens, the eggs stick to the tape. When you take the tape to your appointment, so the doctor can look at pinworms or eggs under a microscope. Interesting.
Isn't that fucking crazy?
Might be watching you.
Warning. Progress.
Alright, that's important.
Flowers. You guys can put flowers on this one. One for all the grasses on it, okay? We should only need 2 pieces if you guys use them efficiently. And there are some places you can't cover. You can't cover here because that's going to impact cooling. And everywhere else is probably fine, basically. Also note, I said don't cover this. Immediately the one place they want to put something. Time to get this radiator installed. I'm not supposed to be doing this, so you're doing it. And it goes in this spot here. Yeah, probably. Oh, look at that. You made a little cutout for the outfit. Good job. Oh, that's fine. We just cut a new bit for that. Okay, how's it going? Good job, Reddit.
So he got the Radnafans by himself? No. Oh.
So thermal compound goes on the CPU.
Is this safe?
Yeah, it's safe. Okay, so yeah, wait, but put it up against it. Yeah, you're gonna have to squeeze like you didn't inherit your mother's strength. She has fortitude, but not strength.
Yeah.
Okay, let's get this glued down first. Sound good? Good. Okay, this is happening.
I'm excited about the trees.
Truthfully, this is a bit of a side grade for Luke. It's an Asus 4080 Noctua OC edition. It's got 16 gigs of GDDR6X, little overclock on it. Most importantly, it has these sick, gigantic Noctua fans that are dead freaking silent while keeping this thing running nice and cool. And they're going to have some insulation to work against now in the form of this grass.
It smells bad.
Yeah, it's hot glue, honey.
Yeah.
It's a great card and it'll run anything you throw at it, but realistically, the biggest reason we chose it was Noctua's trademark brown aesthetic. It goes perfectly with our forest theme. Or it'll look awful in a white case, I don't know. All remains to be seen.
Yeah, I think it looks great.
Oh, it stinks. This is actual moss.
What? How does this work?
Fluff the moss.
It's moss. Is that okay though? Like, is it gonna rot?
Well, we fluffed it.
Is it gonna rot?
Now it's fluffed.
What happens to
more natural?
Like dried out moss over time?
Sounds like a Luke problem.
Yeah. Also a lot of glue.
Yeah. Well, it was all flaky. I didn't want it to come out.
There, moss.
Oh wow, good job, you guys.
Is Luke gonna have to water his computer?
I mean, it depends. If you want to keep your moss free, you might.
That's true.
You tested all this stuff ahead.
Oh yeah, it all works.
Okay. Or at least
Well,
it did.
it did. Great, plugged in all the power.
Nice.
One goes there.
It only goes in one way, so just try it one way, and then if it doesn't go, then try it the other way, and then if it doesn't go again, then you must have screwed it up the first time and tried it the other way again.
USB, baby.
What if it doesn't go the third time?
Well, then try again.
Oh,
Wow.
will really like it.
Yeah, I think so. You guys are going to decorate the GPU support, and then when that's done, it's going to be time to make a field and some trees and stuff for Bulbasaur.
Should we make this a pond?
No. GPU support? Ah, nice.
Put on RGB cable.
Watch me fail.
No, dude, you got this. You got this.
Oopsie.
Okay, so we have two of them.
Dad, at the end, can I make one of these things where you put it in with your head, please?
At least we got any negatives.
How am I gonna put it together?
I have no idea. I can not relate to your head more.
Yeah, please. Wait,
Get up.
We are getting really
I like
close
this
to
spot.
putting it together and decorating things. Got a rear fan here. Ah.
Here, you go one, I'll go the other.
David,
Alright,
what
make
are
the middle.
What?
It's our tree stand.
A tree stand.
I wonder if all three teammates live in different places and all tried to rat up.
I don't know whose ideas are worse.
There's gonna be 1,000 people live here. There's still 17
And who
drop
knows?
ship.
Make a code.
Do you have a dip in your mouth there?
Get 5% off stuff in store.
Are you riding the horse?
Editor's notes. Make a discount.
We got
Do you wave the Confederate flag?
every day. We got 4 of them on
Do you realize who won the fucking war?
Yeah, the Mexicans.
There's only one state, and it's called the United States. The Confederate States don't exist anymore. Someone got their ass kicked in the war.
Someone forgot to
Someone forgets their history when they tried to break away and couldn't, but then they still wave that flag like a dumbass. The flag of the loser.
listen up, the rings are closing in 1 minute.
That's truth.
Activating jump drive.
I've got people like right here. I hit him for 27.
Attention. 45 seconds until the ring's not close. They're shooting at me.
I hit him for more.
I dropped a little bit further than you on my bad.
Charging my shield.
Come here because I'm fighting.
I'm
I have like no ammo. So that's
Alright, I'm coming. What a girl's never said to you.
Got some materials.
Who's got no way.
New kill leader, eyes out for him.
thanks to Arkansas. Home of the Ku Klux Klan.
I cracked an enemy shield.
Also losers, in case you didn't realize. This guy's hurt right here. You ran away from me?
Probably a good thing.
The champion has been eliminated.
Now he healed. He was broken. You begged for me to come help you, and then you ran from me. Oh my god, now you guys are running away? Talk about the southern cowards. Holy fuck.
Without ammo. Tough.
You could have gotten me up.
Unfortunate.
You got ammo now?
Like 32 in my nemesis and 12 in my shotgun.
Come on, you sound like a gun enthusiast. You should be able to do something with that. Defend yourself. After all, that's what they're for, right?
Oh, no, storm's coming. Never mind.
Yeah, we're gonna die. Let's get out of here. We'll craft a spinner.
John Doe. Where the video, fatty?
Are you getting jumped on?
Where's the video, fatty? Who the fuck are you talking to? Fatty? Are you dumb? What, you want me to rip off my shirt and show you how fat I am? You fucking loser.
John Doe. You're old ass.
I'm old ass? What are you, a fucking tyke? I'm not even middle-aged, you dumb shit. Congratulations. Imagine showing up and telling someone they're old.
Super dead.
Holy fuck. You don't even know what the video looks like with him pulling him out of the car? You don't know? Are you dumb, John? Your fucking name is John Doe. Have some self-awareness before you start talking shit.
Craft us in a second.
Where's the video? The video's online for you to procure. Go find it. It's out there.
Damn, you get a long run. You better get out of there.
You better get out of there, buddy. You're gonna die. You might die if you don't move.
Die, die, die. That's unfortunate.
There's guys to the left too. Guys up here too.
This guy's using everything he has to try to make it.
Take the bridge to the right! Oh, don't, okay. Good leap!
Pepe out here, making leaps like a pro.
Come on, Pepe, you got it. Leap like a frog.
Oh, that's great. That's fun.
Dalton, did you renew your 4chan subscription?
I did actually.
Oh, you're part of Q now. Perhaps you would actually know the message boards that came before 4chan, you trendy little bitch. Next, you're gonna tell me about Reddit and Facebook.
Scrappy DP.
John Doe. Q came from 8CHA and recharged.
The dog pound? That org has been existing for, let me check, 25 plus years, so yeah, have a nice
John
time.
Doe.
The scrappy double penetration.
INB for
that's
you.
fun.
Wow, I've never heard that before. You're so hilarious. Is that your own perverted mind that thinks that up when you see DP? Because that's what you associate with DP from your head?
You should see my Google search history.
Not surprising. In before you, Q came before 8chan, retard. No, it didn't. You're dumb. Do you know about 4chan and 8chan and where they actually started? Do you know about internet history, bro? You're gonna say that you're old ass, but then that means you weren't there because I was young ass, 14-year-old at the time when that shit happened. So if I'm old ass now, you don't have a fucking clue, Johnny.
Did you see him?
Maybe figure that one out.
He didn't see you, I don't think, somehow.
It's like, are you dumb? How dumb can you be? Say that shit. How about I know the history of 4chan, 8chan, Reddit, all of those places and when they existed.
I'm just trying to make it to 8 squads.
Y'all are lame trying to make these fucking stupid message boards.
Stop.
Open href equals : You don't even know what that means, probably. Dude, anyone who's ever coded anything on the fucking internet knows exactly what I was just talking about. Dumbass. I come from a time of like grab, drag, and drop template type creativity. Congratulations. Pull up a text document and do something with it. Jump, Foggy, jump! The other guy left you. He said, I'm out of this. It ain't even worth watching for the next 10 minutes. I'll take my penalty and move along. You're going out to hell.
I wonder if I can craft you.
There's a chance! And he left us. But then you're gonna die getting me up unless there's a mobile respawn.
I don't have... Oh, yeah, I do.
Did y'all know I was gone? My game crashed. I like got all the way out of the game. And back
You
in.
left? I just made fun of you.
I've returned.
No.
I haven't heard of
We don't want you back.
I haven't heard any of the fun making.
Well, when you left, we made fun of you for leaving. You'd rather take your 10-minute penalty than watch what he was doing, but now you're fucking back. He can't even craft us.
I took my 10-minute penalty because my computer decided to send me out of the game.
Okay, you peasant.
Yeah, I know.
Maybe pay for some better internet there, you southern hick.
What's internet? I'm got dial-up.
Yeah, you're on the 56K modem.
Gotta go that damn way.
Still running Windows 95 out here. Broski has one spot to get us. It's middle of the fucking field, but he ain't. You're gonna go through the tunnel? Dude, you are one of the... Holy motherfuck. He's going for the tunnel move. What in the fuck? This is not gonna work out good for you. Unless you move quick. Move quick and jump to the fucking get us up. They're on your right, they're on your right, they're on your right. They are shooting you. One straight ahead, 2 to your right, 1 behind you, 2 to your left. 1 above you to the back.
Round 4, beginning ring countdown.
Can you leap over the wall?
Attention, the carrier
No.
has been eliminated.
Well, they're inside on your right. You better try.
Shit, they're up there too.
I would just hide under that little cutout right there. Just stay down and stay in there.
I can't.
There's another guy.
You can
there.
duck and stay in there.
No, there's a guy.
Like right there. Yeah.
Go to the other one behind you. When you get to that tower.
He was so still.
Get to the tower and jump. Oh, too late. That was my only hope.
So sad.
They threw it at you.
Oh, I threw it under you.
You can go now. Zip it across, zippy zip. You got another one of those bouncy jumps? Get the fuck out with it.
I tried, guys.
Good game.
Lord, please don't match me up with those two again. We'll wait a minute or two before I launch back in.
Figured out the code. If you clap, they can't say no.
So this is going to go here. You guys need to think then. Anywhere where there's going to be stuff in the way, you can't have tall trees.
But we can have flowers.
Yeah, you can have flowers here or little bushes and stuff. So I was thinking maybe Bulbasaur could live in here. We could have some trees kind of out here, and you can have like a little hidden away area.
Okay, I've already seen this Bulbasaur, but have you seen this Bulbasaur?
Holy malts. I vote for Big Mac.
Little Bulbasaur is going to live up here somewhere, and then big fat Bulbasaur can go in the front. Okay, so guys, can you make a forest and a little habitat for Bulbasaur on the back of the GPU?
So this is going to be the front corner. So maybe have it face this one.
Amazing contribution.
Oh,
Yeah,
man.
that works. I mean, I need to put some hot glue.
Oh, I feel like there's going to be some extras for this one. lmg.gg/floatplane. Let me put it this way. Jack Bulbasaur is never moving. So you want flowers on the tree?
You don't have to do all of them. At least one of each color.
That's the face of a man who's regretting his decisions.
Yeah, I was gonna say he's starting to run out of energy.
How's the front part look? Wow, it looks like he's like crashing through the trees. That was
unintentional, but it's so sick.
He's like, whoa! Here's the big moment. You guys ready?
This is the big moment. Bulbasaur is the big
Oh, this is the big moment. Wow!
I like that this now implies that you are Jack Bulbasaur. Please turn on computer, please.
This would be so much work to redo at this point. I guess before we press the power button, I should talk about our Seasonic 1000 watt Prime TX power supply. Luke ran into a few power supply related issues during the Radeon challenge, so we wanted to pick one that he could trust. It's got a hybrid fan that only kicks in at 40% load for that zen state that Bulbasaur so much enjoys, and it's 80 plus titanium certified. Against my better judgment, we have used Lean Lee's streamer RGB cable extensions. I am not a fan. Neither is Luke. Wow!
Beautiful.
Is that beautiful or what? The sticker bomb with the RGB behind it actually looks kind of amazing on the fans.
Yeah.
Like, unironically, looks really cool. Hey! David!
Why didn't he get his dad
There it
a
is.
fucking
Who can be
drive?
trusted to do the sticker perfectly?
Me. Bulbasaur sticking his tongue out.
Ow!
Okay.
I just broke it. By the way, that really hurt. I was trying to play it cool.
Did you bleed?
Oh yeah.
Is your blood in my computer?
Oh yeah. And definitely tears. Wait, hold on. If I break this one, and this one.
Normally there is logic to that, but I haven't.
Yeah, the 7-blade fan.
Yeah.
Sorry about that, bro. I don't think there's any way to balance a 7-blade fan.
Not really.
7 blades. Nope. Well, I tried. We'll put a new fan.
They're gonna attack out. Nope.
Sorry, everyone.
And what about this shape I cut in the middle of the flower?
I know. We'll put it back on. Don't worry. We can take that off and we can put it on the new fan. Here we go. Look at that. Wow.
It looks great. It does look great, and I helped.
Bad news, everyone. I think Luke is going to absolutely love it.
Uh-oh.
What we're trying to figure out right now is A, whether he and I are actually related.
Get
and
ready,
if we are, he should be pretty good at Halo. And 2, whether this computer can actually handle a gaming load. He did put some stuff in there that shouldn't have stuff there. CPU's at 52, GPU's at 35 degrees.
Yeah, see, the Noctua fans just don't care at all.
That's good. Are these temps right? That's incredible. That can't be right. That actually things can be right, because it was like,
Do you have Halo frame set?
Yeah.
The Bulbasaurs are having some protein.
Yeah.
You know what? Under a heavier load, it would probably get hotter. Because you're probably right, Halo's probably saying that. Still pretty good. Lexar asked us to do a quick crystal disk mark run to validate their claims about the performance of this drive. And there it is, everything's performing exactly like we would expect in spite of the situation.
You want me to look away?
It's a labor of love. Children worked on it.
Yeah.
Don't be too harsh.
Okay. What? No, this is amazing. What do you mean?
Oh my God! Immediately puts us back to the camera. Thank you, Luke. You've forgotten everything.
That is so awesome. I love how it's like swole Venusaur too. He's not just like chilling at all.
It's Bulbasaur, not Venusaur.
Man, this is actually so cool.
Mostly not broken, and we think it might work.
I suspect this, like, stuff coming out of the bottom is probably going to continue.
Well, given that we used real moss...
I was gonna say, it looks really realistic. Where did you get it from? So this moss here and this moss here is real?
I mean, real in the sense that they're organic.
Oh my.
Came from outside.
What is it?
Humus.
No, like, what's in it? What are the components? Is that just part of the mystery?
I guess.
I don't get to know.
I guess you'll find out what they are and why we chose it. Yeah, it's grass.
GTX grass.
Yeah, also that fan might be missing some blades.
What?
Well, the kids, I mean, can't be trusted.
You did.
I'm not surprised that Linus may have been the biggest problem with this build. LOL fan, deal with it? Is that you?
No. I approve of this message, though. This may be one of my favorite builds we've ever done, actually.
No joke, we just filmed a video on our favorite build. This would have been in it 100%.
Yeah.
This is super cool.
The little details, like nothing lining up at all, they kind of get lost in the overall pack.
Yeah, like, I honestly didn't notice at all the first time I looked at it. And, like, now
that you've watched it, you can probably spot some.
But it doesn't seem that major because there's so much going on.
Yeah, and look, this fan totally still blows some air.
Not very much, but technically, yeah. It looks sweet. I'm super stoked.
And I'm super stoked to tell you guys, hey, why not go check out the video where we spilled a can of Coke into a computer and then, spoiler, fully recovered it.
Oh.
No damage.
So there's hope that I'll be able to survive the loss.
I say Coke,
We got to watch each other's back.
Still green.
Yeah.
For now.
I think it'll be okay, I think.
That fan's buzzing a little. Sounds like a Luke problem.
Some of the biggest news in the Valorant space this past week was over e-dating, and it sounds about what probably you guys would expect. Between two creators and figures in the Valorant space, one known as Sage Mommy 69 and Jet Daddy 69, that was the big drama this past weekend, and yes, those are legitimate names. For those of you out of touch with the situation, these two dated or e-dated in the scene, and yes, they were both creators making content together and benefiting greatly in the fact they have this relationship together as Jet Daddy and Sage Mommy, the e-daters in the Valorant space. It was this past week, though, where Jet Daddy, and I'm just going to refer to him as Jet, and the woman in this as Sage, because saying daddy and mommy all video long is not something I really want to do.
Y'all not the
but
fighting
it was
type, huh?
Sage, mommy, for the last time, who was actually
Trying to
continuing to
recover
make
you.
TikToks and posts about Jet, which he was getting irritated by because they ended their relationship actually 4 to 5 months ago, late in 2023, and he wants to point out the fact that she was actually still talking about.
I just knocked someone too, dumbass.
Which he didn't really like, considering that they had ended whatever they had between them. As they apparently ended their things back in September of 2023, 4 to 5 months ago, and then she was still uploading TikToks like this.
Did you want to get back in this game, or did you want me to go fight someone?
23 says, with what?
With what? What? You didn't see me knock that guy on the fucking tower, shooting down on him? Are you dumb?
Ash23 says, that was awesome.
After you said you guys aren't the fighting type.
Only 1 damage.
Only 1 damage? Whatever, dude. I just knocked someone while you're on the ground having to get rescued. And you're telling me that I'm not the fighting type.
Then we broke up. And then
You're the dying type who had to get revived once already.
As in, like, oh, we broke up, I'm gonna have to deal with it. But it's like, that was always the plan. I was always continuing at that time.
To which he then called out, said, "You're milking it now. We never officially dated. We were friends who built a brand together. We had a falling out right before you were planning on face revealing. Very convenient. And you took it to Twitter for publicity. Now stop bringing me up and calling me your ex. Anyone who knows me understands I hate drama, and I've kept at it for the 2 years I've been doing this. But seeing a new YouTube video or TikTok where I'm being mentioned and getting my name dragged through the mud has been irritating, to say the least. Quote unquote, she isn't dragging your name through the mud. We decided to part ways almost half a year ago, and she's still posting TikToks, YouTube videos, etc. talking about me, and it's never in a positive light. Constantly referencing me in a negative tone opens up negative conversations about me. Quote, why didn't you talk about this privately? When we parted ways, she blocked and removed me off of everything and posted about the breakup. I didn't want the initial drama, so I responded wishing her all the best and left it there. In at face value, this is just an e-dating relationship. It's very mutable. It's very easy to make light and make jokes of the situation, and I think that's part of the reason why these two definitely grew together and did a lot of big moments and made a lot of money probably doing this partnership, whatever it was. And apparently throughout all of this, the heartbreaking thing for those who actually followed them very closely was not myself, is people found out they were never actually dating. It was all a facade. It was a business.
They're moving away.
Where Jet Daddy 69 and Sage Mommy 69 were started to make.
They're going after your decoys.
Maybe there were some things that happened behind the scenes.
Move up if you can. Yep.
Of e-datership. But they never even met in person, and they never even officially dated. Which you can think about that what you want. Part of me gives it credit, but also part of me is like, you got to expect that eventually down the line, your fans are going to find out, you're going to have to be honest about it, and you're going to be faced with situations like this, where when you break up, one of you is going to keep on using the situation for content, right? And very clearly here, Jet is upset with the fact that she's doing this, which is understandable, because they broke up months ago, so he calls it out on Twitter. What we then got after that was a response from Sage, and it was a read. I'll give you guys that. It was a very interesting read, which I'm going to take you guys back to my computer to do together. Oh my, this is going to be a good one, as she opens up with this twit longer, y'all, and she says, my relationship with Jet Daddy. And I just want to warn you, we get into that said relationship. I've tried to write this so many times now, and I've always ended up sharing and over-explaining unnecessary details, so I'm going to try and just respond to what his tweet implied. He claims we never officially dated, and that is true. I always thought this part was funny because she goes, he claimed this, and he's right. You know? However, to say we were just friends who built a brand together is an insane understatement. Behind the scenes, it was so much more. While we never officially dated, we did basically everything that e-daters would do. Oh God. What is out there saying that stuff? What is that even? What do e-daters typically? I don't even. We never officially dated because we wanted to meet first. That doesn't, and that's fair. That's fair. There wasn't feelings there. That doesn't mean there wasn't feelings there in a bond that was formed. I referred to him as my ex because that is how we presented it to the public. I will now refer to him as my former business partner, and that's very fair. As for the timing of the face reveal and him claiming it was convenient, he knew it was happening at that time, and it was part of the reason he felt that we should end things. I will add his text to show that it's not fair for him to act like I did out of nowhere when that was not the case. And we go to those texts, and she says, which, if you are, that's fine, but I don't want to be strung along. If you're done, he goes,
I got people here.
Also time for myself and streaming. I mean, I don't know, Jess. What's our options here? You're a great person, I mean that, but with every month that passes, it just feels there's less to be holding on to. And especially with your face reveal coming up, I'm sure your stuff is going to be taking off even more, and I don't even know what I'm going to be doing with streaming at that point. She was like, Kat, every time I hit go live, I look forward to everything around it now. And that's pretty much her refuting the fact of the convenience of her face reveal, because he tried to argue she was doing that for a financial gain, which is still very true, but she also argues that face reveal, despite their relationship ending, was going to happen no matter what. She was eventually going to face reveal, so fair point to her. She does choose
We're getting a third party from the left.
Situation, but that's not the big part of all this, right? It's really just a relationship that was not really a relationship, and we're all finding out about it together. Why couldn't we handle things in private? He made that impossible by dropping a tweet instead of just messaging me. I don't know if this point is very fair because you've been posting consistently, or at least numerous times about him, and he's also confirmed that you did block him or remove him from social media, and you're also posting about him without messaging him. So expect or treat others maybe, you know, how you expect to be treated. You're posting about him without permission, and then you're trying to call you out for it.
Oh, someone's behind me? What the fuck? Whole nother team.
Privately, and they later admit to that, but tit for tat. If he hates drama so much, why tweet this? Because he wants you to probably stop posting about him. Why not try and find a way to contact me and tell me you don't want to be brought up? I would have respected that and deleted it.
Because he probably did that, and then you just pushed it to the point where he had to be public to let everyone know, hey, I'm letting the public know I don't want anything to do with you.
Handle things well, referencing a tweet that went out. I was really hurt by the situation and acting out of emotion. I will always regret how I acted when we decided to stop doing business. Danny was a very important person in my life, but in order to move forward, I could no longer speak to him. And I understand what she's saying. This should have been handled privately, and I'm sure he could have found a way. But also, whenever you bring up an ex, think about the diehard fans that you guys have as Sage and Jet. Like, the diehard fan base is probably going to split. The Sage fans are going to go for her, the Jet fans go for him, and they're likely to take sides in that. So whenever you bring up an ex, whether or not you think the connotation is negative, he's gonna get some class, right?
Ashhatten23 says, GG.
On the fan base, and it does bring out a lot of negativity, especially when you're called Jet Daddy and Sage Mommy. There's natural negativity online. He was a huge part of my life, and whether or not we were officially dating or not, losing whatever we had really effed me up. Recently, I've just been talking about myself briefly about him when it is relevant, and I never intended to bash him or send hate his way. I just want to open up and share my experience with face revealing. I brought him up as he was a part of that. Him and I were so tied together that if I want to talk about anything that happened in the past year and a half, of course he's going to be a part of it in some way. He was a big part of my life at that time. And then after all of that, which I think I can understand where both are coming from to certain degrees, I feel a bit more for Jet in this situation because their business partnership, their partnership was over for months and months, and the way that he has handled people talking about her has been just referencing the same tweet he's already had up there, whereas she has been using the situation for content, even months down the line, and from his point of view, every time she brings him up, negativity comes his way from a relationship which has been over for quite some time and never really even was a relationship. He took one last time to Twitter to explain this in about a 3-minute explanation, which I think is pretty fairly worded because he criticizes himself and some of the things he did, and also gives credit to some of her response stuff about their relationship. And hopefully this is the last that they ever have to frickin' talk about it.
Hey guys, I was really hesitant on even going over all of this. At a certain point, I felt like it got too far and I wanted to take it to the DMs, but I think it's pretty evident that that didn't go anywhere, and I figured there's no harm in making one final statement for those who care to listen. If you don't care, which I'm sure a lot of you don't, just scroll. I just want to preface this by saying, I know this whole situation was silly, but I also still stand with everything that I've said to this point. So looking at the dev, the first statement is about how I claimed we never officially did it, but it's technically true. And you spend the majority of this doll trying to justify that you had something, and although it was never official, there was something there. This wasn't even the main argument to my first tweet. I genuinely didn't think this is something that we would have to go back and forth about, and I think that playing devil's advocate here, even if we did date, my point still stands. How you completely cut contact with me and then proceed to bring me up 5 months later. No matter the circumstances behind the scenes, the truth is you blocked or removed me off everything, and then proceeded to make a YouTube video, multiple shorts, TikToks, and tweets, referencing me way after the fact. At what point does it become too much and go from clearing the air with your chat to milking the situation at my expense? I will say that me putting the very convenient in my initial tweet was pretty uncalled for. It was just assumptions, there's no proof behind it. But when everything went down, you blew it out of proportion, and you
Last week, the US Senate had a hearing on the dangers of social media in preparation of the legislation to improve child safety online. In this hearing, Meta CEO Mark Zuckerberg claimed that it has not been scientifically proven that social media causes mental health problems in adolescents.
Mr. Zuckerberg, let me start with you. Did I hear you say in your opening statement that there's no link between mental health and social media use?
Senator, what I said is that I think it's important to look at the science. I know it's people widely talk about this as if that is something that's already been proven, and I think that the bulk of the scientific evidence does not support that.
This upset a lot of people who think that the link is obvious, but I'm afraid Zuckerberg is right. Let's have a look. Contrary to what some headlines have claimed, we don't have a global mental health crisis. I discussed this at length in an earlier episode. By and large, mental health globally has been remarkably stable. However, the mental health of one demographic group has been suffering in the past decade, and that's adolescent girls in some countries and to a lesser extent also boys. This is evident in data from the USA, the UK, Australia, New Zealand, and some other countries where self-reports also correlate with self-harm. In other countries such as Sweden, this mental health trend is primarily found in self-reports from girls, difficult to interpret, and does not correlate with self-harm statistics. Still, many put the blame on the increased use of social media, and that includes the affected young people themselves. It's a topic I care a lot about because I have 2 children who just got their first smartphones. The most vocal critic of social media use for children has probably been the American psychologist Jonathan Haidt. His major argument is that there isn't any other hypothesis, which is also what string theorists said about the existence of strings and generally not how science works. Now, look, I'm not saying that Haidt is wrong. I don't know what's going on. But I do know that the studies on the topic have been conclusive. I don't expect you to believe what I say, but Hyde has been criticized by his own colleagues for jumping to conclusions. And again, it's not that they say he's wrong. They point out that to the extent that studies have found any influence of social media on young people's mental health, it's been a small effect. For example, a study from 2019 followed about 13,000 adolescents in the UK between the ages of 10 and 15, though not all of them participated in all parts of the study. They were asked how many hours a day they were interacting with friends through social media and to rate their well-being, but they were also asked about their life at home. The correlation between social media use and life satisfaction was very small and in many cases almost compatible with 0. A similar conclusion was reached in 2020 by a group of researchers who followed a group of 500 adolescents in the United States for 8 years from age 13 to 20. They found that more time spent on social media was not associated with more mental health issues. The authors conclude basically that research should move on. However, then there's this study from 2022 by researchers from the UK and the Netherlands. They looked at the mental health of over 20,000 kids in the UK in the age range of 10 to 15. They found that for girls between the ages of 10 and 13, increases in social media use predicted a decrease in life satisfaction ratings 1 year later. Something similar happened to boys, but at ages 14 and 15. So this seems to show that there is both an effect and a causation indeed goes from social media use to decrease its in-life satisfaction and not the other way around. Then again, there's a recent study by researchers from the UK published in the journal Nature Mental Health. These researchers followed over 12,000 British teenagers. They found that while social media does have a negative impact on mental health, it's one of the least influential factors. The authors say that it makes no sense to act as if social media use is such a big reason for adolescent mental health problems, and that other factors such as bullying or lack of family support should be the focus of attention instead. Quite possibly the reason is similar to the issue with the supposed problem of political polarization and echo chambers, which Jonathan Hunt has also previously been going on about, and that I discussed at length in yet another episode. Upon closer inspection, it turns out that while these problems of polarization and echo chambers do exist, their strength and prevalence depends on the medium and the country and on exactly what question you ask. Basically, the issue is that psychology and sociology are very context dependent. Not every field of science is as nice as physics, where you have universal laws and Einstein's whose theories still hold up a century later. My reading of the literature on the subject of social media and mental health is that some psychologists are a little wary and worry that blaming social media for whatever problems children have might paper over other issues. And just so we're on the same page, it's not like I'm saying social media is no problem for children or anyone really, or that the law which the Senate is working on isn't needed. Actually, much of the Senate hearing focused on other issues, such as privacy concerns or children being able to buy products they shouldn't get their hands on, or being exposed to content that's unsuitable for their age, such as deep existential problems posed by quantum mechanics. It's a wild world out there, so stay safe. Well, I'm trying to keep sane by reminding myself that I'm on social media for professional reasons, and that helps to some extent. But what helps even more is to have access to a community of people like me from whom I can learn how to be professional. I found this community on Skillshare, who've been sponsoring this video. If you do any creative work, whether professionally or as a hobby,
Oh, I didn't mean to do that. What the fuck?
Skillshare is the largest online learning community for and by creators, with thousands of classes covering everything from film and design in particular to freelancing and productivity in general. I especially appreciate the spirit of the platform. It's a friendly and welcoming place and all about personal growth and discovery and learning new skills. There's so much content on Skillshare, it can be somewhat overwhelming at first, but Skillshare helps you out with specially chosen learning paths. They help you to gradually build your knowledge from beginner to expert, like this one on creative productivity. It's a great course for people in a number of different professions, including video creation, and it's much helped me to organize my workflow, how to reliably come up with new ideas, how to become better at time management, how to break down big projects into manageable chunks. Yes, workflow and management sound somewhat dull, but it's really at the heart of being professional about anything, and it makes a big difference if you pay attention to it. If you're looking to expand your creative skills, head over to Skillshare because there isn't any place like it. The first 500 people to use our link will get a 1 month free trial of Skillshare. So go check it out. There's no better day to start.
It's too goddamn early for this. What's up, peeps? Welcome back to the channel. I haven't even had my coffee yet this morning. Can you see it in my eyes? How are you all doing today? Welcome back to the latest drama in the esports scene, where we complain about a lot of things, and some people might be rightfully so upset by this, but let's get into today's drama with 100 Thieves, as they recently announced the Pokemon X 100 Thieves collaboration with
Medusa, shift your carcass.
Introducing your champion.
God, what annoying motherfuckers.
For some reason, people thought I was paid to promote. I promise you guys, I was not paid a single dollar. That is why I do these videos from a $5 wooden desk, and I reuse the same coffee cup every single day, okay? It's oftentimes today's drama with 100 Thieves, as they recently announced the Pokemon X 100 Thieves collaboration, which for some reason, people thought I was paid to promote. I promise you guys, I was not paid a single dollar. That is why I do these videos.
What's up, Insiders? We have a short news flash for you today. You know the drill. If it's Tuesday, it's news day. So let's get into it. Audio-first podcasters can now upload their RSS feed in YouTube Studio. Now, if you're not familiar, RSS stands for Really Simple Syndication. Many podcasters use an RSS feed to distribute their audio podcasts to different platforms. When you submit your RSS feed to YouTube, a static image video will be created for podcast episodes. Now, when a new episode is added to your RSS feed, YouTube will automatically create a new static image video for that episode and upload it to your channel on your behalf. To submit your RSS feed to YouTube, go to YouTube Studio and click the Create button in the upper right corner. Then choose Submit RSS Feed and follow the prompts. If you already have a podcast on YouTube, you can also connect your existing podcast to an RSS feed. Under Podcasts on the Content tab, find the podcast you want to edit and click the pencil icon. Under RSS Settings, click Connect to RSS Feed and follow the prompts. And that's all there is to it. If you're an audio-first podcaster, give it a try and let us know what you think in the comments below. And that's it for this week. From the creators of YouTube to YouTube creators, we'll see you soon.
Hi, LLD. You've spoken of the difficulties running video hosting services. Think there's a wisdom to be gleaned from the older sites? For example, Newgrounds, on track to 30 years of hosting user content.
Actually, we were having a fun conversation right before the show started about Twitch and the no good, very bad week that they've had. Pokemon announced that she's no longer exclusive. She will stream wherever she pleases.
Damn,
and
you can do that? What the fuck character is that?
Certainly a prominent one, and she's just one of many prominent creators who have left or multi-stream now to platforms such as YouTube and Kick. And part of a conversation around how could they let Pokemon go or whatever is probably going to end up coming around to money. And Luke came across a calculator that I think you guys might find very interesting. Switch over your screen.
Yeah. So the calculation that I have on screen is roughly for this show on public channels. So I think there was like 2,000 and something on Twitch. There was like almost 13,000 or something on YouTube. And then I threw in 20 for good measure because Facebook exists. And I did the standard plan because I don't know, whatever. There isn't a big difference between standard and basic. So I did standard and then 1080p because that's what we're streaming in. I'm saying the WAN show is roughly 4 hours. We have that many viewers. And this is average viewers, so I did 100% of the stream because I don't have the total amount of viewers in order to give a lower percentage, so we did 100% of the stream. And yeah, 8,000 US dollars.
Now, this isn't some number that Luke pulled out of his butt.
No, this is from Amazon's actual cost estimator. This is Amazon IVS cost estimator. This is the thing that Kick uses.
And Twitch uses.
And Twitch, yeah, effectively, yeah. This is, someone mentioned pirate software. Yeah, I'd seen this before, but I saw his thing on this, and that reminded me of this site, which is why I showed Linus. He's pirate software. But, yeah, then I looked over here, and was like, how many people are alive right now on these different websites? So let's go 3,262 channels.
Yeah, let's play a game.
Let's play a game. 3,262 channels. Oh, that's a big number. And let's go viewers right now. What's their like average?
Yeah, we'll kind of eyeball this. Let's eyeball
no
this. Grab halfway up a slope.
It looks like halfway up a slope is around. Actually.
Okay. People still by me.
Maybe even higher. This is fairly low as far as I can tell for average.
Let's say 100. Let's say 180,000.
Sure.
And then.
No, I meant like that place I died, so that was my own fault.
Okay, and
Well, let
then
me
let's
check right here again.
that's all. Yeah, that's
Still
all the
0
time.
spots in
But
there.
that's not 4 hours. That's all day. Now, obviously, they would have volume discounts, probably very significant ones. Obviously, this is marked up. This is not Amazon's raw cost to run Twitch.
Oh, and Twitch has, I mean, way higher numbers.
Let's have a look at what Twitch's numbers look like.
2.2 million viewers and 140,000 channels. Do we even want to input this? This number obviously means nothing, just to be very clear. It's just fun.
Because you can look at the banners and it tells you what's in the
Don't
area.
take this too seriously.
When you're in your drone mode,
but it's entertaining to throw it in the calculator anyways. Woo!
Obviously,
For a day! Obviously, this is not representative for like a billion different reasons. So again, don't run
For 727 billion different reasons. But
obviously,
parties over here.
But the point is that it doesn't make sense to give gigantic payouts to streamers to stream on your platform when those are the only ones that you're making money on.
Oh my god, you think I'm the problem? I came and got. Oh my
Been
god.
operating at a loss from the moment you acquired this company until now, with absolutely no income.
I've been working my way back towards you after getting trapped over there. I went. Oh my motherfucker. We went and got back and got your fucking card. Went over towards you. I went into that danger zone and lived somehow. Well, oh my god, you are a douche. Oh, now I'm dead. You just had me drop. Now coming to you, I had to die. That's great. Really great.
Have a free tier. And why don't you do more on streaming and do this and do that because we don't.
Tell me why you died in the first place.
Streaming, we offer streaming on Floatplane, but it's like
drop my health bar is like 25%.
It's an avenue that I honestly wish we never went.
Call yourself a douchebag.
John Doe. But
Bruh, shake a joke. My god, chill out. Go
and
drink
yeah,
something.
it's rough. What I like
I'm smoking weed right now out of a bowl, you fucking loser. You chill the fuck out, my girl.
Me chill out. I am chill. Listen.
Listen to yourself telling me to chill out.
But I mean,
the irony.
It's here now, so we do the streamings, and it's a fun calculator to play with, I guess. Yeah, it's rough too because something that was actually very surprising to me using the streams chart site. I don't know how accurate it is. I just found it today, but stream charts. Twitch's was really high, right? 140,000 channels, 2.2 million viewers. This was surprising to me.
Yeah, YouTube is low-key kind of a big deal.
Whoa.
It turns out.
I didn't think for live streaming, though. I didn't think they'd have, like, twice the viewers.
Dude, it's YouTube. Everyone was like, yeah, man, like, you know, Rumble, YouTube sucks, YouTube is just unfathomably powerful.
They peaked. What is this yesterday? 7 days ago. They peaked at 8 million.
Yeah, they don't need to offer giant packages
to
prominent streamers. They don't need to. I mean, they can if they feel like it, but they also just don't need to.
Yeah, that's wild. Because like I was looking at our numbers, and we had 13,000 live on YouTube, and then 2,900 on Twitch.
I don't know why anyone's watching on Twitch. Colton insisted on turning the ads back on, so that's why they're back on.
Nice.
So you should just watch on Floatplane or watch on YouTube or watch on Facebook. That's the thing.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. It's an interesting. It was a fun dive. It's a fun dive. Seeing the numbers of these companies is interesting, and it's going to be like insane volume discounts, especially when you start getting to the numbers that we were talking about. Like it's going to be a totally different world. But it's still interesting to see a lot of money being pumped through IPOs.
Yeah, this is from Arcane Canned on Twitch. Twitch no longer offers big streamer contracts because Dan Clance is saying, I can tell you the cost of retaining those streamers would have been far more than the revenue generated. That is something we've been very clear about. We don't want to do that
Because the only way to do that then is to have this imbalance where we make up for that on smaller streamers. Yeah, it makes sense. Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, it's pretty wild. And like it's an interesting. The streaming economy in general is really.
You saw that?
There's all these companies just losing money hand over fist, and then the viewers and a lot of the streamers are really mad because the viewers are angry because sites like Twitch are inputting more ads or making different viewing experiences worse in certain ways, or potentially pressing the creators that they like. So they're mad for the creators to do like their own transcoding or whatever else we've seen. And a lot of the creators want to make more money because obviously, why not? Why wouldn't you want to make more money? Everyone wants to make more money. But all the money's being burnt. So I don't know.
Do I do it?
VC money's a hell of a thing.
Rings not yet far.
What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the Triple B News channel. Today we've got a clip that shows Mutex full blown going off at night. Something about a sarcastic tone. These two guys have been trying to play together and something about their play styles just don't seem to be clicking. And instead of just talking about it off stream, maybe a couple of messages, they've decided to air out their dirty laundry. And Mutex pretty much attacks Knight. Take a look.
I mean, it's true, bro. Like, I'm not gonna fucking bullshit you, bro. We don't work. You really think we work together? Like, what? What are you getting upset about? It's literally fucking absolutely obvious we don't fucking work together. What the fuck?
No, I agree, but...
So what are you talking about? Why are you giving me that sarcastic bullshit? Like, what?
I mean, bro, because, like, literally the game before, like, we're nitpicking tiny things, and then we're literally doing the same thing next game. Like, that's not even...
I know. I mean, at the end of the day, I understand...
Well, you ain't getting up now.
Because it's just the way... At the end of the day, bro, everyone takes their own fucking route, makes their own fucking play, and that's why we all scam. At the end of the day. That's what happens. Okay? Because we all have a different play style, and it doesn't mesh well. That's literally what's happening. It's literally facts. I don't need that sarcastic response next time. You know it's literally a fact that we just don't work well.
I just don't like the fact that you're gonna sit there, like, you do this every tournament, like, Rasim made... an issue in a 2v1 and you wanted to like mute up and talk about it and I didn't want to.
I'm not gonna lie, I kind of find it interesting when these guys start going off at each other. I'm just sort of waiting for these guys to go, well, you're a cheater, you use this cheat, you use a VPN, you use a Cronus. I just think absolutely hilarious. At some point, Valerant is going to get hand and they're going to start exposing some of the truths that we've heard about over the last couple of years. But that was Mutex attacking Knight live on stream. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. And if you did enjoy today's news, smash that thumbs up and give the video a share. Helps the video get into the algorithm. If you are new to the channel, subscribe and turn on notifications. First of all, so you don't miss our future news videos. But also, we're on the road to 100,000 subscribers. Triple B, over and out.
The new Japan prefers the real thing, and the day before's development was truly hell. What's going on, News Gaming, everybody? I'm your Browse. This is your Kyler dude, and it's Tuesday, February 6, 2024. And we're going to start off today with the day before, because it was easily one of the most
disappointing train wrecks of a game to release in recent memory. I see what you did there. Well, it was clear to see why critics and players alike universally panned the game. Why it was even released in this state has been unknown until now. A 30-minute video by German YouTube channel Game 2 unveiled just how bad things were at game studio Fantastic before it closed down just days after the game's early access launch. The host in the video interviewed over a dozen former Fantastic employees, revealing a culture of omnipresent crunch and baffling punishments for poorly received work.
He's that superhero guy from the TV show.
The studio's founders, ASN and Edward Colton, had several games developed that ranged from mobile titles to indie projects that achieved wild amounts of success. They were able to use that money to help fund the Day Before project when it started developing in 2019.
That's longer than the day before ago.
The original plans for the game seemed like an evolution of the isometric survival game in Day Before called The Wild 8. The game would have been set in a small Arctic town, like the Goddess of the Front, had co-op, but not on the scale of an MMO, a stylized art style, and would have been only a few hours long story-wise. However, that all changed once the founders saw what AAA games were doing at the time. The brothers adopted a do-as-they-do philosophy after seeing the success of live service games like Destiny 2 and AAA games like The Last of Us Part 2.
That's what I do.
Wanting to scrape even a little of what made those games a hit prompted the founders to switch the game's tone, setting it instead closest to what we saw in the Day Before at release. But the Gatosevs weren't happy being late to a trend, so they forced the development team to keep redoing, remaking, or recreating anything and everything in the game on a whim. This process of starting and restarting continued even when the game was just months away from launching, causing the studio to delay the game repeatedly. One of the interview developers said the team had to adopt a brighter look for the map after the brothers played Spider-Man 2.
That's what I've been saying. Spider-Man 2 is so bright.
So if the game was constantly being remade, what footage were we seeing during the trailers? According to the devs in the video, it was nothing but a fake level that was hilariously unoptimized and nothing close to the real state of the game. The real state of the game was unoptimized as well.
State of decay, more like.
And if you watch the trailers again, you'll see many of the shots, dialogue, and even motions in-game were straight ripped off other AAA game trailers. Amidst all this, the developers dealt with oppressive working conditions. Developers who spoke to Game 2 recalled how employees were actively being dismissed as a form of motivation, had to work 16-plus hour days without breaks, had to reimburse Fantastic for providing work equipment out of their salary, and would pay fines for poor work performance before being fired.
This is what my pals do to me in Pal World.
You owe me $5.
No!
No, you've been bad this episode. You owe me money.
I only have Fred bucks.
One dev said they paid nearly $2,000 for poor voice work. Another said they begged the founders for a break to eat and shower, and multiple others said they worked 7 days a week without any vacation time.
Shower break? One shower. One shower.
Despite the game going offline last month, Fantastic's Twitter account returned with a now deleted 10-paragraph post claiming a hate campaign by blogs media led to the Day Before report presented. The post also thanks the people who enjoyed the game and encouraged the developer to stay open to work on the title, hinting the studio might make a return.
Doubt.
It'd be interesting to see how they would be possible, seeing as the devs reportedly already have a new studio and project up and running. We'll keep an eye out for any more twists as this story somehow continues to develop.
But what isn't developing anymore is dreams. No,
Are you taking like a pill? It's so you don't dream anymore?
I stopped dreaming a long time ago. But the game dreams could have had a new release on life. PC port it had ready to go. Actually released.
Why did you say it like that?
According to users on the Gaming Leaks and Rumors subreddit, there was a PC and PS5 port of Media Molecule's game dev game that would have added ray tracing and mouse support. While ray tracing would have been a nice feature, everyone in the Dreams community wanted a PC port and the freaking mouse stuff. A mouse would have made...
Dreams just Unreal Engine?
No, it's this guy from Twitch or something. I don't know. A mouse would have made developing games other projects and Dreams easier than using a DualShock controller, obviously. Although the port was ready to go, the layoffs at Media Molecule killed it off at the last minute. Confirming these rumors is a user named Axan23 who says that the port was actively in development after signing an NDA when a Naughty Dog dev accidentally let it slip through the tunnel.
It's a shame it got cancelled because people made some impressive works on the platform. PC and mouse support and a very clear way to port projects and dreams elsewhere could have propelled the game to be on par with Game Maker and Ozempic. I guess we're left with what could have been.
Well, The Last of Us Part 2 could have been an open-world game if Naughty Dog could have made the story work. This news comes from game director Anthony Newman in the Grounded 2 behind-the-scenes documentary about the game's development. According to Newman, the game was initially in a
You got a team on you?
open world that would expand the further you progress. Much of the inspiration for this design
On the zip line, past the zip line.
Neil Druckmann was looking to make the sequel as different as possible from the original.
Were they gonna add golfing?
While the game was quite good for the early months of Part 2's development, eventually they had to scale back the open-world elements to fit the story they were telling better. Druckmann also hinted at the series' future at the end of the documentary, saying that he had the concept for the next game he was excited about. It better be Jack 4 on this.
I will freaking cry.
Gentleman's right here.
Start kicking.
Yep. We don't know what that concept is yet.
I have an idea.
We likely won't hear much about it since Naughty Dog's next game is reportedly a new single-player diesel punk fantasy IP. I mean, Jack 4 could be diesel punk. Yeah, that could work. But it stands to reason that approach could have made its way into a new IP, as Word on the Street suggests that will be open world.
I would assume Jack 4 would be open world.
Another open those worlds.
Well, another word on
You want to chase them?
Today we got deals from Steam, the Epic Game Store, and Fanatical. On Steam, you can find the Q Event Games sale that'll give you Guardians of the Galaxy for $15.
I chased them into the tunnel. Yeah, get yourselves alive.
And the Dead Space remake for $24, 60% off until February. Well, Steam is also letting
Is there only one guy there?
go to be downloaded by you at 40% off for $36 until the 11th. Moving on over to the Epic Game Store, you can snag the puzzle game Doors - Paradox from now until the 8th for free. But if you wait until the 11th, you can also get Doki Doki Literature Club Plus, that's the name of the game, not another game, for free. Lastly, we have Fanatical, which is the Pick Your Own Platinum Collection. You can pay up to $20 for 7 games on the list, including Metroidvanias like the recently released Cutter, and both Eterna games from Aeternum Games. This deal lasts all of February, or while game key supplies last. Fanatical also has a Capcom publisher sale. You can grab games like Monster Hunter, World Master Race, Resident Evil 2 Remake, and Devil May Cry 5 for $20 or less. We couldn't find when the sale ends, so it's probably just best to be quick.
Where do you want to go?
Well, Obsidian Games is being quick about updating its combat as it moves towards its fall release this year. Good.
Yeah, we may have to move that. Like I said, these guys were chased into the tunnel back to our right.
In its developer
Sounds like there's someone here. Sounds like there's someone here.
Skyrim based on its behind you?
I don't know. I thought maybe that's your footprint.
Okay. Let's pop
That's me. I'm that guy.
Yep. But the game's director said that it's already addressing the feedback. So good.
Putting it in a threat.
According to Patel in an interview with the Drop Frames podcast, the footage in the trailer was outdated by a few weeks. Kind of hard.
We're going to there, yep. Alright, I'm with you.
It's kind of nice always to say, like, yep, they saw
We're going through a hot spot on the way in, down at these fucking towers.
But how much better could it be
Just trying to get past
I don't know, they were proud enough to show it off.
Yeah, and they're like, oh yeah, totally. Meanwhile, they're screwed.
There's someone around here because their little drone thing went past us.
Famous last words, but we'll have to
I'll go get him.
at least September to find out. I will not be holding
I'm gonna hold my breath until the end of September.
Can I wake you up in September? Probably not. Will you be on holiday? I'll be gone.
But you won't have to wait long to find out how much Japan spent on physical games last year, though. Take a guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess they did do that. But it's about $3 billion.
U.S.?
U.S. dollars. Famitsu's annual report. Famitsu's annual report shows that Japanese gamers bought 1.9 million box units of Legend of Zelda: Tears of the Kingdom and 1.5 million copies of Super Mario Bros. Wonder. Hardware sales were topped by the Switch OLED, which sold 2.8 million units, followed by PlayStation 5 at 2.5 million. And unfortunately for Microsoft, both Xbox Series consoles only sold roughly 142,000 units combined for the year. Overall, physical game sales have increased nearly 8% year over year, which goes against the digital-only trend companies have adopted.
Well, get out of here.
I feel like that has to do with Switch games being more common to buy physical copies of.
Me get off the tower?
I haven't downloaded a lot.
Yes, you.
Switch games,
Nah.
but I own a good amount of physical ones because they're just so easy.
Where do you want me to go?
Put them in your cheeks.
Yes,
Opinion,
that
because I'm
tastes
trying to get to
delicious, but then secondly, you can find them on sale easier.
Yeah,
Like, Nintendo does not discount their crap very frequently, but getting something at like Best Buy or Walmart is way easier.
Alright, I'll try and go down to this fucking craft and or we got a beacon at right down by me if I can cut through this.
Whatever that is.
Ooh, let me go. It's gonna be hot to get. I don't know how we're getting out of that though. Once I get them up, we're gonna have to go down and then up to the left.
Going on all this week.
Yeah, I can get you. Oh shit, there's people here. Fuck, I can't get them.
Demos for action RPG Dungeon Board, the sci-fi survival driving game Pacific Drive.
I got hit.
And the new real-time strategy game Stormgate. Okay. What caught our eye was the hack-and-slash world-like Hellscape in the Metroidvania Tales of
They're coming back on me right now.
Game Awards, the psychological adventure game about a nun called Indika and Kyler and Foggy's Caribbean legend. I found it by accident.
There's nothing I can do. Both of them came over top of me.
It looks like Pirates of the Caribbean, but if you was made today, and it says it has like 200.
Literally don't have time to loot my box.
Very in depth for no reason. It looks great.
All of these demos are free, but many of them will end by February 12th. We'll try some of these games out this week and pick some of our favorites for next episode. I'm not going to do that. That's on you guys.
Yeah, okay. Well, our last story of the day has Xbox gamers in a tailspin.
That's Sega.
Reports over the weekend from seemingly everywhere indicate that Xbox exclusives could be making their way to PlayStation and the Switch relatively soon. The news comes from Xbox Era, which reported that Microsoft will soon be bringing exclusives like Starfield from Team Green to Team Blue by next year. How is that going to run on a Switch? I don't know. According to their sources, Microsoft is expected to publicly announce their new strategy in the coming weeks, though an exact date...
Down to your left, there's a guy.
I just got word that Phil Spencer said that they're talking about it next week.
Whoa. You're right. That just
north
came in
and south.
as we were talking about this.
Are you
Wow.
listening to the producer?
Yeah, that's my earpiece that I wear all the time. We've been hearing rumors for weeks that games like Hi-Fi Rush and Sea of Thieves would be coming to PlayStation and Switch. Data miners even found exclusive in-game shirts themed blue and red, almost confirming that an announcement is approaching.
What maybe it's from the Switch too? That would make sense. That they would be publishing it for the more powerful console that's supposed to launch in September.
That would be cool.
Would make sense because I wouldn't trust Sea of Thieves to run on the Switch. But Hogwarts Legacy's on there, and so is Mortal Kombat. So like, devs can just destroy everything that makes their game good for sure.
And,
on it.
unless they're like adding Game Pass compatibility to the Switch.
Oh well, like the Kingdom Hearts thing where you can only stream it in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I definitely see. But we didn't expect how many exclusive Microsoft was thinking of making.
I wish I could give him a makeover. I asked him since the first day I met him. I was like, please leave it up to me. I come from this. This is what I do. I love fashion. Please, let's go shopping together. What does he say? He doesn't want to. He has his style, and now I'm over it. Now I'm like, okay, you do you, I do me, I get it. But sometimes I'm like, I wish he would do me instead of you. But he doesn't. So I love him. He's a great boss. The other day when I told you I fell and blood was gushing and, you know, everyone comes running to me. How are you doing? I'm like, I didn't fall on my head. I'm fine. And he's like, make more of it. He's just so much fun. Play it up. He was like, make more of it. This is great. This is television. Oh my God. Yeah. I was like, you're right. Have you cracked Simon Cow?
Get ready. Today is not gonna be easy.
Nothing like cold steel on a hot day.
Oh, I feel like it. Oh.
Been ready for this from the moment I tasted sky.
Okay, I like it, Rockstar.
Introducing your
Let's get rid of the lab, baby. Let me go through this, find out. Shop callers, follows.
You make contact, you better finish the job.
What you gonna do?
Welcome to GameLink, where I present gaming news while I may or may not
I didn't
be
say I meant
fully
it,
Donald Duck.
I said I ended them.
You'll never know, and I'll never know. Tencent is allegedly working on a mobile, free-to-play version of Elden Ring, according to a report by Reuters journalist Josh Ye. The lawful good Ye spoke with 3 people familiar with the matter who said the mobile game will feature in-app purchases to align with the company's new business strategy. Screw you and everything you love, me likey money. It's on their website. Tencent apparently started work in 2022, the same year they bought a 16% stake in From Software and acquired the licensing rights to the interactive anger management game. Those same sources also suggested Tencent's vision for the project is similar to the popular open-world gacha game Genshin Impact. Having said all this, there's no way to know if the Elden Ring mobile will even be released. Progress has been slow, likely because Tencent's vision for the project sounds vastly different from the original game. On top of that, the Chinese company recently killed a different mobile game based on the Nier franchise because they couldn't figure out a monetization model. I'm sure monetizing Elden Ring is way easier. If you spend enough Primo gems, you unlock legendary characters like Melania or her greatest foe, a naked guy with a jar in his head. Microsoft is reportedly planning to release more games on PlayStation, a plan that some box enthusiasts worry may affect their console's self-esteem. A source told The Verge that Bethesda's upcoming Indiana Jones game may release on PS5 sometime after launching on Xbox consoles. The outlet also says surprise first-party hit Hi-Fi Rush will be announced for non-Xbox platforms in the coming weeks.
Hi-Fi Rush might have been in college.
Meanwhile, Xbox Era says their sources indicate Starfield will be released on PS5 sometime after its Shattered Space expansion comes out because Bethesda doesn't have enough versions to patch. On top of that, Giant Bomb's Jeff Grubb stated on his Game Mess Mornings podcast that bringing Gears of War to Sony's consoles is under consideration by Microsoft. While that doesn't guarantee anything, Grubb had also previously stated Microsoft was planning to reveal its new game release strategy at the end of the month, but that it could move up based on recent reports. Soon after Grubb said that, Phil Spencer announced a business update event for next week. So, naturally, we DM'd Jeff Grubb to ask him for this week's lobby items.
Get back to me, Jeff.
Hopefully next week's event will put the community at ease. Multiple Xbox influencers are pulling support over these rumors, worried that a lack of exclusive games will harm the future of Xbox hardware. And Xbox leadership...
Is that guy not coming?
Like what to name the next Xbox when you've pretty much exhausted the possibilities for X and box-based names.
Xbox Series X version X-8.
Xbox it even better. Yesterday marked the start of Steam Next Fest, the annual celebration of upcoming games featuring way too many demos for you to play, but Godspeed, Spider-Man. Godspeed.
Together we can rule this city.
Hundreds of demos are available across a variety of genres, so it's hard to shine a spotlight on every cool game, but here are some highlights we've come across. Harold Halibut is a handmade, narrative-driven game using stop-motion animation. There's Raw Metal, which combines top-down stealth segments with action-packed beat-em-up combat. And if you like survival games, and also love station wagons, this guy.
We got a long ways to go, bro. Holy fuck.
Detective games, but hate how seriously they take themselves. Check out Duck Detective: The Secret Salami. I'm 98% sure it's safer with. But if you're looking for something from more established developers, the upcoming 4X game Millennia is being made by veterans of the Age of Empires franchise. And if you like sci-fi RTS games and your name is Riley Murdoch, you'll be excited to learn that Homeworld 3 has also released a demo. Okay, I don't have time. Make sure you hurry though. Steam Next Fest is over in less than a week, and that's only enough time for me to play the Homeworld 3 demo. Like, Jacob wrote 107 times, but the real answer is 0 times. I'll try. I'm gonna try. Now it's time for Quick Bits, brought to you by Game Power. They sell quality PC components and peripherals at reasonable prices, because why should you have to break the bank when you're already breaking your back by carrying your team? You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm talking about. Check out their Kizaru headset. It features strong bass with its 53mm drivers, built-in vibration feedback, noise cancellation, Game Power software, and of course, GB, baby. It'll sound great connected to your PCs, laptops, or even PS4s and 5s thanks to its internal sound card. So check it out at the link below and use code 15GameLinked to get 15% off your purchase. Now it's time for Quick Bits. Seriously, here they come. According to sources who spoke to Insider Gaming, Call of Duty Black Ops Gulf War, too many subtitles, will feature a primarily open-world campaign when it launches later this year, successfully innovating the franchise by copying what everyone else has been doing for over a decade.
Call of Duty Far Cry.
Halo Infinite comes to mind, and it was just okay.
Have I ever told you the definition of those numbers, Mason? What do they mean?
Last year, Activision experimented with a more open approach in Modern Warfare 3-2, though notably, these open combat missions were criticized for how they enhanced player freedom by being extremely unfocused and utterly generic. CD Projekt Red has announced that several high-profile developers have been added to the team working on Project Orion, the follow-up to Cyberpunk 2077. These include former lead writer at BioWare Alexander Freed, award-winning game writer and author Anna McGill, and Alan Villani, who worked on multiple Mortal Kombat titles at both Midway and NetherRealm Studios. With all of that talent working on the sequel, the rest of CDPR can get back to its true passion of adding stuff to Cyberpunk 2077 that only some people will use. Just this week, the studio added the ability to change the paint job of certain vehicles you own in their final, for real, we swear this time, update. It's like they're compensating at this point. Sorry, the game was a mess for years. Star Wars Jedi: Survivor won this year's Grammy for Best Score Soundtrack for Video Games and Other Interactive Media, a name that is almost as needlessly specific as calling a game series Star Wars Jedi. There it is. What other kind of Jedi is there? Come on! The game in which you play as a Star Wars Jedi beat out stiff competition like Stray Gods, the role-playing musical, to become the second title to ever win this award. We here at gaming news show GameLinked would like to congratulate Star Wars Jedi on winning this music award Grammy. For Yu-Gi-Oh's 25th anniversary, Konami has announced the Yu-Gi-Oh! Early Days Collection, a digital compilation of several Yu-Gi-Oh! Classic titles for PC and Switch. Most of the games are currently unknown, but Konami did reveal one title, Duel Monsters 4 for the Game Boy Color, a game that launched exclusively in Japan 24 years ago, thereby ruining your childhood. Konami also debuted its new Yu-Gi-Oh! VR technology, which will one day allow fans around the world the hyper-immersive experience of playing a card game. And a South Korean man has been sentenced to 1.5 years in prison for refusing his country's mandatory military service while also being an avid player of PUBG. Aha! Checkmate! I think. Despite claiming to be a conscientious objector to the idea of war, the Supreme Court of Korea said the man had not put any effort into spreading or realizing his beliefs, and claimed the fact that he enjoyed PUBG made them question whether he actually loves war. So now he'll spend 18 months in prison, the same amount of time he would have been required to serve in the military, which sucks extra bad because according to the court at least, he would have loved it.
That judge isn't even qualified. It hasn't played a single Ace Attorney game.
And you will have loved our next episode of GameLinked after you did come back this Thursday to watch it. Confused? It'll make sense in 2 days.
Do I look like a man that can dance to you? If you said no to that, you're dead to me. I've wanted to be good at dancing for a long time. I even told a couple stories from back in my old high school days where I tried to teach myself to break dance and do head spins to try and impress women, to catastrophic failure every single time, and just embarrassed myself even further. But it's always been something I've wanted to do ever since I was a kid. And I thought to myself, if I don't do it now, I never will be able to, because I'm not getting any younger. Unless I collect all the Dragon Balls and make a wish for eternal youth, this is as young as I will ever be from this point forward. And I've already got some glass bones and paper skin that I'm working with here, and this shit's turning to dust. So we're on the clock right now in a race against time. So I got the gang together and we found a very good dance instructor, the same dance instructor who actually choreographed the Gentlemen Let You Down routine, my ballet routine that I broke out in front of a live audience for that music video. Check it out if you haven't seen it. It was a beautiful performance, but I hope you're ready to cry. Hope you have a tissue box nearby for that one. So we brought him back in order to teach us something we all wanted to learn, which was shuffling and just general footwork. All of us have been going to clubs more often together, and we thought it would be fun just to be fucking spectacular at shuffling. So that way, like, if a circle forms at the club, we could just go hog wild in there. I already do, like, a bunch of, like, body wave type shit, like, you know, all that kind of wiggling stuff. So I knew if I could integrate shuffling into my routine, my repertoire, I would be the top of the food chain. So we got together and we began to learn. Let's show you how some of this went.
So first thing
Isn't the way you learn to shuffle?
At least 4 variations. The running man, T-step, Charleston, and then we'll try to get into kickbacks also. Which kickbacks are like a remix of the running man. Cool. So let's start with running man first. You guys have seen this since MC Hammer and Vanilla Ice videos, so it's nothing new, right? But usually people use their arms. The only thing with shuffling is we can kind of be chill or do with whatever we want with our hands. So first thing you do is put your right foot in front. Then be like right foot on one, but in shuffle terminology and shuffle timing, we would bring our left knee up. Good, and then we would switch. So our left foot would be 2. Good, so obviously our right foot is all odds, left foot are even. So let's start that again. And then no, dancer terminology, I always say 5, 6, 7, 8 before we start. 5, 6, 7, 8, we start 1. 5, 6, 7, 8, we start 1. I think somebody out there knows that. So we're gonna go from the top. So we go 5, really slow. 6, 7, 8, right foot goes 1, then switch, and left foot. Good, then 2, then and. Now 3, and 4, and faster. 5, and 6, and 7, and 8. Yes, we're getting there. There he goes. Our shoes are coming off. Getting real now.
Let's not play that music.
I'm no stranger to the running man here. This one I kind of knew a little bit before starting, so it was a bit smoother for me. It's still not perfect, but that didn't look bad, right? That looked like something you'd see at the club and be like, oh, that guy at least is competent. He knows what he's doing. He doesn't look like a fucking downright fool. So it felt pretty nice.
Is this?
Now, Chase, Aaron, and Matt had never done it before, but it was looking pretty good overall from the gang here. We looked like a pretty good dance troupe. Matt's running man looked a bit more Soviet march than shuffling, but that's just part of the learning process. So overall, I'm happy with where we're at from the starting position. It's been about a week since this, and I think all of us have gotten significantly better, especially me. I'm ready to start busting this out pretty often at the club. However, the next variations that we learned, I'm not too confident in yet. But what I am confident in is Opera GX, and I highly recommend checking it out.
Big thanks to Buick with access to this answer. And
so Charleston is like all these moves. Almost people sometimes put it with like Boston back in the day, or like Broadway stuff. It's just happy, energetic. The point of that, we're gonna go right foot, left foot, right foot, left foot. Then we're gonna reverse it. Reverse left, right, left, right. Again, 6, 7 right foot goes. And step, and now we switch. Good, switch your other foot in. Switch your other foot in. Now, ooh, the gotcha. The remix, the hard part, is now bringing that outside foot and putting it back. And putting it back. So don't overthink about it. It's naturally going to happen. You don't have to be thinking 1 and 2. You're going to feel crazy if you try to think about all that. And 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Keep going. 8. Hey, yeah, the pants make it look better. Lincoln Park, Hot Topic, Spencer, yeah.
You and I feel like are doing the same thing with the legs, where he moves his legs that way and it looks really cool. Yeah. And then I move mine and it looks like I need a hospital. It's like spaghetti.
Mine feels like somnambulism when I'm doing it.
Like what?
He's turning his fucking bottom ankle, you dumbass.
This occurred to me that you might need an explanation for why Matt and I are wearing those silly jeans. We did some Wish.com shopping and bought like some really old school, almost Final Fantasy character looking esque jeans that we found there because we thought it fit the aesthetic of wearing this.
Found.
So that's why we're wearing that. Now the Charleston for some reason just wasn't really clicking in my little reptile brain. Like I know all the basics of it and I think I'm a little better at it now. And I know it's kind of become like a bit of a meme thanks to like a couple of videos that popped off from it. But for me, I can't like move while doing it yet. So this one, we're still workshopping. Also, I need to prep for shuffling, which is what I learned during the filming of this, because if I wear just my normal boxers, my nuts clap against my thighs like I'm trying to give a round of applause. It's brutal. So you'll see towards the end of this video, I'm just downright winded, like every time I try, because of that happening, like a fucking pendulum in a grandfather clock downstairs. Now, someone who was really good at the Charleston is actually Chase. Chase nailed this. By the end of the day, Chase had this down like he was a fucking expert at it, but the rest of us were still working towards that level of glory. Also, huge thanks to Will, the dance instructor, for being so patient with us, because I know some of these were pretty stiff on our end, but we were out there giving 110%.
Let's do the T-step.
Okay.
Okay.
No.
Let's do the T-step. We're about 20 minutes in, so let's do the T-step. I don't know perfectly. Okay, so do me a favor, lift your left foot up. Cool. We're going to move our heel inside, heel, then our toe.
Omen, I wonder,
toe,
how quickly
heel,
can we
toe.
unravel
Very
their
good.
will
Switch to the other
fight?
side. 6, 7, 8, heel, toe, heel, toe, heel, toe, heel, toe. Nice. Switch. That's 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. And the thing that we're skipping is having our ands. We have nothing there right now. So we want to think about actually these are on the ones. Think about your left foot tap. Tap, in, tap, in, tap, in. And I want to tap not behind me. Tap, toe, tap, toe, tap, toe, tap. Switch, tap. So when I switch, tap, toe, tap, toe, tap, toe, tap. Right here, I switch to just the same angle that I'm hitting here. I switch. Good. And then I gotta go heel, toe, heel, toe, heel, toe, heel. Switch.
Omen not playing.
Will even told us that the T-step was going to be the most difficult one that we were going to learn, and he was right. None of us could really get this one super fluid. It's just very stiff and disjointed. It's like a rough animation in Maya that someone's working on, but failing at. I still can't do it. Like, I can get, like, the movement going, but I can't, like, switch or use it from the
enemy down.
So that one is, again, something that needs further like testing and experimentation before I really start to unveil that one publicly.
Last player standing.
Nice stuff. Now, when you get that, on the second one that you go out on, you gotta leave it.
I'll find you.
Center and
Mark 2.
Center and back. Yes, center and. Hey, center and.
The phoenix shines on the outside, but within, I feel his doubt.
Right and lean. Left and lean. Right and lean. Hey, left and that's a lean for that. Right there. Yeah. Oh, God, turn it on red. Turn the purple lane. Turn it on. Yeah. Our eye one.
You and Joe have so much in common.
How much?
But he ain't sleepy today, baby. That one was pretty simple. That one wasn't super deep. Of course, it wasn't perfect right there when we were learning it, but I've gotten a lot better at it now. That's just one that's kind of a filler move for shuffling, from what I understand. Aaron, while learning it though, when I watched the footage back, I didn't realize like how hard he was going when he was being back. It looked like he got into a car accident and was like suffering from whiplash. That really was a lean for your ass there for Aaron on that. I haven't seen him use this recently, this anime finishing move, so I don't know what his double back or whatever it's called is looking like today, but I bet it's extraordinary.
One enemy remaining.
Down. For you.
What the fuck?
See? There's still plenty of fun to be had.
They're all smiling and having fun.
Together, and you know, for our first hour of learning all of this ever, really, not too bad. Like, you can't be upset about the progress there over the course of an hour. You know, it's building blocks, and when it comes to this, you gotta just keep practicing. Practice makes perfect, as they say. And I don't know about the rest of the boys, but I have been practicing. In another month, don't be surprised if you see me in some viral TikToks showcasing this shuffling talent. Like, I'll just be going fucking ballistic to a song that has no right to be accompanied by outrageous shuffling. Like, I'll be busting all of this out to Imagine Dragons or something on the dance floor. Just mark my words, be prepared.
Enemy spotted me. Careful here.
Blinding. Reloading.
Last player standing.
Y'all better keep up. I need this.
This was just a freestyle. Just take everything you learned and just get wacky with it and add whatever you want to it. Aaron's had me laughing so hard because he busts out like this Irish river dance maneuver in the middle of it. I don't know where it came from. He just, you know, channeled like an ancient dancing spirit that possessed him and took control, and it was a thing of beauty. But yeah, overall, just a lot of fun. One of Matt's signature moves that didn't make the final cut of the video here, I think probably because the music was copyrighted when he busted it out, was he did the old classic Dumbledore disappearing via Phoenix. That's how he would finish his routine, which I think is just a banger way of concluding it. Like, I can already see that going really well in a club environment. He's hitting the running hand, step into the back step, combo to Charleston, and then he finishes that double disappear, and the crowd goes.
Marked one.
But yeah, and I mentioned this on stream. I'm wanting to just kind of learn everything I thought would be cool when I was young, or just learn a bunch of skills that I've
Last player standing.
Dancing has definitely been one of them. One. I also want to learn like real skills. I do want to try and finally learn how to do like air flares, windmills, maybe head spins. I'm not really sure. Like, I just want to start banging out these like side quest things that I've always wanted to do. And another thing,
You will not be doing windmills or air flares. Absolutely not on the ground. You're out of your mind.
Silly things.
Out of your mind.
Try and get good at them.
I'll give
So,
you
yeah,
a fucking $1,000 if you do a single fucking windmill.
A portion of today's video is sponsored by
Actually, windmills you might be able
Hey
to
everyone,
do.
Travis here. And
Flares
the
you will
Vision
not be
Pro has been released to the wild for a few days now.
Windmills on your
I
back,
wanted to
okay.
check out
That's what you're talking about. You will not be doing
some of my
flares.
favorites. Apple says there's about 600 native apps available for the Vision Pro as of day 1, and I'm sure it's going to grow significantly over time. Those are Apple Vision Pro, Vision OS apps, not just iPhone and iPad apps. There's a little bit of everything in there, from immersive entertainment to art to weather to games. So I wanted to go through a few
Spike down,
my
mid.
favorites. So here's 16 of my favorite Apple Vision Pros. The first app we have here on this list is Keep, and this is a very
Joke's
cool
over!
immersive.
You're dead!
Last player
It allows
standing.
for step-by-step instruction and detailed breakdown of the recipe for a recipe that's shown in the app and using the windows. Insane. A lot of people have questioned the use case of this device, and I think that this is one of those examples where it mixes real-world use cases like cooking with a 3D immersive space, being able to show you your recipes and everything that's going on within that recipe, in your ingredients list, being able to check things off as you go, and follow a step-by-step guide, while still seeing your full environment as you're cooking. Next up is Carrot, which is a weather app with Spice. Apple does not have their own weather app, so I had to default to a third-party one. This one has a full breakdown of everything you do.
What's up, insiders? We have a short news flash for you today. You know the drill. If it's Tuesday, it's Tuesday. So let's get into it. Audio First podcasters can now upload their RSS feed in YouTube Studio. Now, if you're not familiar, RSS stands for Really Simple Syndication. Many podcasters use an RSS feed to distribute their audio podcasts to different platforms. When you submit your RSS feed, a static
Spike down B
created for podcast episodes. Now, when a new episode is added to your RSS feed, YouTube will automatically create a new static image video for that episode and upload it to your channel on your behalf. To submit your RSS
Last
feed
player
to YouTube,
standing.
go to YouTube Studio and click the Create button in the upper right corner. Then choose Submit RSS Feed and follow the prompts. If you already have a podcast on YouTube, you can also connect your existing podcast to an RSS feed. Under Podcasts on the Content tab, find the podcast you want to edit and click the pencil icon. Under RSS settings, click Connect to RSS feed and follow the prompts.
Headshot. 30 seconds left.
If you're an audio first podcaster, give it a try and let us know what you think in the comments below. And that's it for this week. From the creators of YouTube to YouTube creators, we'll see you soon.
My thing on astrology is I don't think it's like the stars and stuff, but I do think the proximity of your birthday to other holidays or lack thereof
10 seconds
forms
left.
your personality. Yeah. Videos always were like, it's a stuff like you have a birthday party with people and you had to like figure out a way to get attention.
Yeah, and you're like sunshine.
And you had to like
yes.
entertain yourself.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I
and,
know
like, it's
what
I would
must
love
be
to
done.
Cool enough to be like, I don't believe in astrology, but I do.
Yeah. September was back to school, so my birthday September 4th. That was weird. First day of school, so I got like for my birthday I got like a protractor and like pencils and a
protractor.
You know what I'm saying? Don't use it for side. So like it was all about just like academic, like you know what I mean. My birthday was the first day of school on like a Tuesday.
Cover
we were, like celebrating.
Yeah.
Whereas you were just like at like
I was like, it's the best part. August. I was like,
August what?
the party's here, August 12th.
There is something about like it's so cute when humans try to connect because I think we spend so much time being like, oh, you root for this team, you're dead to me. Oh, you voted for this person, you're trash. Like, this is what humans do with their birthdays though. Like, what's your birthday? You're just like talking to a stranger. What's your birthday?
August 12th.
August 29th. Like, not even that close.
I'll make anything make sense.
Why did it, like, what? Like, not even.
Text. I was like, I am a Virgo moon, so I understand you. I understand you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just, I'm trying to.
Damn, this thing's open again?
How different we are and how much I like you.
Oh God.
Do you know what I'm saying?
No, you're gonna make me cry.
I love meeting someone that we're almost different in every one of our preferences, but I like you more. Do you know what I mean?
Well, because we're both bored with ourselves.
One enemy remaining.
I'm
Can't use this yet.
Okay.
So it's interesting.
30 seconds left.
I am on the edge of my seat every day.
Your duty is not over.
Like, I Backlash.
Oh,
no. But it's fun to talk to someone with a different perspective and not be like.
That's correct.
Yeah.
Well, I know so many people.
Stand home.
Yeah,
We are Valerant. We are
this is money in the
fighters.
bank. That's why I like you. And I'm not like as a friend. I just need like this is gonna do numbers.
You're like, babe, this is analytic. The advertisers are gonna love it.
We're never gonna speak again. Okay.
Lose my number.
We have good chemistry, is what I'm trying to say. I like staring at you.
This is my necklace.
I like that we can be silent together already.
Wait, should we just see how long?
What?
We can be silent.
I don't want to. Here's the thing. I would normally win that, but you played sports seriously, so I feel like you're super competitive.
I am really competitive.
Me too.
But I've been very it's caused a lot of pain in competition.
Monster
in
on the
terms of,
loose!
like losing and being like, if you lose, you suck, you're horrible. And that's why with stand-up, I've tried to be like, this is a creative avenue. And comics was like the first time I really was like, oh, these are my freaks. These are my people. Let's be honest,
Who you can root for.
women in comedy are underdogs in the beginning. I definitely had the complaints of I would perform and all these girls would start to show up, and some of the guys didn't love that like the room would be like half girls. Like it wasn't like all girls.
Oh, I'm sure that
so they
male
were like
comics
pissed.
were
They
pissed.
still are pissed.
And all the hot young girls who
And
drew
they'd be
the
like, the
club.
crowd just in case doesn't like the crowd's
Light planted.
And I was like, don't want to sex with me. This is how much I want to be friends with you. Last night, I knew. You know when you like call somebody available, because you're like, I want to start connecting, but I don't have time right now. Do you know what I mean? Like, I'm gonna get on a plane at 2:30. At 3 o'clock, you're like, missed. Like, you know.
But it's a thought.
I'm just putting in the muscle memory of like, and so I saw on your Instagram that you were being
Last player standing. One enemy remaining.
He just came through my door, through my wall. Yep, he's under there.
You had called an Uber.
You're good. He's not gonna get it.
You know, I was in my car, and I was like, "Oh, I'm at the Comedy Store. If you're out." He's like a friend.
Can't kill a nightmare.
Oh, at like 10:45.
What's funny in my head? In my head, I was like, how would it be for me to roll up to the comedy store, ignore everyone, then just walk up to Whitney, dap her up, and just be like, "What's up?" And then just like, "Hey, some comedy gossip," and like, "Gotta go." Like, we're not gonna do that.
No,
we were tired. I was so tired.
Yeah.
And I was like, I want to be on my prime.
No, let me be clear. I didn't invite you to hang out. We would never. Let me just. Okay. By the way, you didn't reject me. No. Yes. No. I think most people now like surround themselves with people that they agree with, like politically, everything, and like I love disagreeing with somebody. And it's not even disagreeing. It's just like I love.
No,
people that are
it's so
different
much more
than me.
fascinating. And then I'm open to being like, oh, I never thought about that way. Like,
because I think a lot of what you do as a comic is you just take a hot take and a different opinion just to create an interesting conversation. So I found myself saying stuff that I don't even believe half the time because I'm like, we just agree on everything.
I talk about stoicism, I don't even know what it means.
Yeah,
and I brought it up like it was real.
Like I'm just trying to make something out of nothing, you know?
Yeah.
If you agree with somebody,
I love having. I love having strong opinions on things that I don't know about, and we keep picking opposite sides. Don't agree with it? I would literally cry. I would love to.
Someone's dead.
Where are you? Marked one.
You need to rotate out.
The trees. Those trees aren't even in the tree when there's no.
Get out of my way!
What was that?
Wait, button, you'll dry.
30 seconds left.
Dad, step on that. Dad, quit there! Light planted.
Almost
One
114.
enemy remaining.
I had a
Last
fucking
player
knife out.
standing.
Coming down mid. You got this.
Oh boy, we got an emergency guys here. Are they gonna let us
Where
back
are
up?
you?
I'm gonna have some
Marked one.
Dad, it's over here.
We live on Old Canyon. Can we get back up here? Okay, so we can go back and forth. Okay, thank you. Oh, look at that waterfall. See it over there?
Oh my god!
Waterfall over there. Can you see it? It's behind those trees. Wow, that was amazing. That's not normally there. Whoa, there's one too. Straight ahead, see it?
Wash up, man. Keep fighting.
See it right behind
Rest is
this
overrated.
telephone pole? Wow.
Oh my god, look at that! Look at that!
How big is it?
I'm filming it!
How big is it?
I just filmed it!
Wow, that's beautiful.
Through the calm, I
Isn't
see.
this
I fight. Through the storm, I fight.
Shadows Joke's over! You're dead!
I think so.
Healing.
You think this one's new or
It's all.
One enemy remaining.
Spike is at our spawn still. What the fuck are we doing?
Oh, look. There it is. There's the roadblock. Can't go any further than this. That's it. Alright, so now you want to check out Red Rock Canyon State Park?
New fight.
We're coming back.
Let's keep it fresh, yeah?
Right, here we go. Yeah, it's so high. Look at all this muck. Oh my gosh, look, there's a ladder. All kinds of debris. You keep going?
I'll clip that jet's wing.
So it might make us turn around here. See. Oh, I think it's the end of the road. No?
Where are you?
That's done.
Spike down A.
My ult. Come on, let's. Got Spike.
You hear what he said? Quicksand.
Spike
Quicksand, we might be stuck. I'll put it forward or low. Alright. They're saying to get out.
Bring them down.
Alright, I'm gonna put it forward or low.
Someone's mid.
Alright, put it forward or low.
One enemy remaining.
I knew your every move.
Alright, so we're gonna go see the quicksand?
Last round before the switch.
We cannot keep our goods after this. Spend all.
Okay. We'll go find it, bud. So this is where we got stopped, where we got stuck. But we got out in four-wheel low because our rear wheels, see, didn't get stuck. But this is the quicksand, see? Oh, I don't like quicksand. I don't like quicksand. No. Are you? I got you.
Going to mirror, take them! Marked one. They're blinded with fear.
I got you.
Contract
It's
complete.
alright.
Can we not lost my skills? Jet's grounded. Spike planted.
You want me to watch your socks?
Wall raised.
Oh my gosh.
One enemy remaining.
Enemy B.
Window.
They smell like swamp foot.
Why does the white thing? And they got stinking things. They found them. And they got stinking.
The Spirited Man Patreon is basically the alternative universe to this.
Switching
YouTube.
sides.
What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the Triple B News channel. Today, we've got a big one. Professional Call of Duty player. We're not talking about one of these Warzone pros. We're talking about a player from the CBL who plays for 100 Thieves. He goes by the name of Octane. Has recently spoken out about how Activision sends them out paperwork to sign, allowing them to have a whitelisted account. Which actually, he goes on to say about the skill-based matchmaking in the game and how they get lower skill-based matchmaking lobbies to help promote the game, and that Activision allows this, and that is why he ends up with bronze players in his ranked game lobbies. Here's the clip of him explaining this now.
Let's go!
Or silvers in my lobby. So, when you become a professional player in the CDL, along with your contract, they actually Activision sends you something separately. and it's to whitelist your account, so that you give them like your active money after you making stuff, and it gives you like lower skill-based matchmaking. When you play ranked, it gives you like lower numbers. And it is to like promote their games, because like obviously they're not people that are games.
Spike planted. Last player
so
standing.
You guys see people like me and Cold and all these guys.
Whitelist is something that we've spoken about for a very long time on the Backlash Gaming channel, as well as here
Time
on
to
the
stock back
Thieves
up.
channel. We have people like Jacob defending the whitelist, saying it didn't exist for a very long time, and we come out to say it does exist, but it's not what we think. We have people on the other side of this arguing the toss. People like Whole Grain Oats, people like the Dre 840 talking about the whitelist as part of their content for a very long time, and being laughed at, being called clowns. We were called tinfoil hatters. We even had a clip of Magnificent speaking out about how he's going to expose the whole thing about the whitelist and who's involved in it. This was before people even talked about it. This is when people thought that the whitelist was a myth. Now we have a CDL pro player who plays for the 100 Thieves, who, by the way, in 2022 was the CDL World Champion, and he's talking out, being honest about the whitelist and what it does for him and other people on it, and straight up, he's just said he gets lower skill-based matchmaking lobbies.
Spike planted.
Content creators out there who might not be VPNing, who are whitelisted, and you wonder why they're getting 50 kills? Well, on top of their aim bottom wall hacks, they're getting them easy lobbies.
Someone's B.
And they're definitely protected and getting responsibilities according to comments below. And if you did enjoy today's news, guys, smash that thumbs up and give the video a like to the channel, subscribe to the notifications so you don't miss tomorrow's news.
Bring them down.
Last player standing.
Please subscribe. Triple B, over and out.
Now, it's no secret that TikTok as an app divides a lot of opinions. I mean, 99% of my content comes from TikTok, so naturally, I'm quite the fan.
If you must
but there
fall,
does seem to be this widespread
then fall
opinion that
near
some of the
me.
worst people on the internet are on TikTok, and some of the videos that people post are disgusting. Virgo Reed, oh, okay, they make sandwiches. I mean, kind of makes sense, right? It's in the name. But like I mentioned, this experience with Virgo Reader's sister would have never been made public, and there would have never been any repercussions. But because she's posted this video talking about it, it looks like there is going to be, and it's actually really, really upsetting that stuff like this happens. Right, now let me stop the waffling and actually add some context to this. So the original video has actually been taken down, but we do actually have a re-upload kind of here from Jolly Good Ginger, TikToker. He goes on to talk about it, so if you want to see his opinions, I recommend watching that, but we're just going to watch the clip of the original video here.
A Panera Bread employee stole cash from my sister.
I mean, straight away, within that first sentence, you know that this situation is not going to be a good look for somebody. Because today we're talking about a member of staff who manipulated and took advantage of someone with Down syndrome. And did they do it specifically because this person did have Down syndrome? I guess we'll never know, but, I mean, they did it, and that's fucking bad enough.
My sister is an adult. She has Down syndrome. She went with her friend last night to Panera Bread alone to order dinner.
You fought well.
Obviously, she wants to use the gift card first. The employee says, no, we're going to you can look at the receipt, puts it here.
Bam.
Because today we're talking about a member of staff who manipulated and took advantage of someone with Down syndrome. And did they do it specifically because
Bring
this
them
person
down.
did have Down syndrome?
You're
Yes, we'll
blind
never
with
know,
fear.
but,
Last player standing.
They did it, and that's fucking bad enough.
My sister is an adult. She has Down syndrome. She went with her friend last night to Panera Bread alone to order dinner. She had a gift card and cash. Obviously, she wants to use the gift card first. The
Let them
employee says,
try to
no,
get
we are
through
going to do the
me.
cash first. If you look at the receipt, I'll post it here. He charges $22 cash and then $125 to the gift card. He marks the $22 as a discount so he can then pocket the cash. You can tell because he only charges $125 to the gift card and the tax is 8 cents. That means that the only thing that he entered into the machine as the charge is the $125.
Right, now in case you're like me and want to hear a load of numbers, you start getting confused, let me try breaking this down the best I can. Okay, so sister goes to get food and she got a $15 gift card and she's got cash. Obviously she wants to use the $15 on a gift card and then pay the rest in cash. The total here being $23.17, meaning she should be paying about $8 in cash. But what actually happens here is that the person working at the store refuses to take the gift card first and actually charges her sister $20. And then through the system adds a $22 discount, which completely makes that up, and then charges the gift card for the remaining $1.25. Now, again, that might be confusing, but basically what it's
find you.
the total here being $23.17, meaning she should be paying about $8 in cash. But what actually happens here is that the person working at the store refuses to take the gift card first and actually charges her sister $20 in cash. And then through the system adds a $22 discount, completely makes that up, and then charges the gift card for the remaining $1.25. Now, again, that might be confusing, but basically what's happened here is that the person working at the store has pocketed the $20. Just stole it. And the way they did this was by adding a
last player standing.
The extra $1.25 to make it look like there had been some money taken.
Bring them
But now when they count the money at the end of the shift, in the system it's going to say that there should be $1.25 for this order, when in actual reality he took what, $21.25. $20 for himself, $1.25 in the system. So not only has he made this poor woman pay way more than she was supposed to, he's also stole the money for himself. And I've seen a bunch of people commenting on this topic and saying, oh, who cares? She had to pay the money anyways. Does it matter if it's from the gift card or the cash? Yes, it definitely does. I mean, there's a difference between paying on a gift card and cash. Your gift card can only solely be used at that place. Cash can be used anywhere. It's more important, really. So first of all, to do this to a person and you don't know their financial situation, you overcharge them to receive the sale money, it's bang out of order. But secondly, you have this for details that the sister has down.
They're here on a...
I mean, I could be just guessing here, but it feels like the person behind the till knew that they could potentially...
Joke's over! You're dead!
The TikTok is always saying that there's no reason why
Spike planted.
Almost insinuating that she does feel that way because this guy took advantage of it.
Last player standing.
Video's taken down, but she has actually uploaded an update video, and it's not looking good.
By the time she got home, Panera was closed, so we couldn't call. She told my parents because she knew something was wrong. When they had practiced how she would order and pay, she knew that she was going to give the gift card and had $0 left on it.
I mean, listen to this, right? She had to practice how to pay and whatnot, and this guy is genuinely just took advantage of someone who was probably doing something quite daunting. And like I said, she was having to practice to do it. And the more
flawless,
the sketchier it gets.
We practiced scenarios with her, but she's not going to know how to challenge an employee when they're telling her no, she can't do something.
Prepare
Right,
yourselves.
Today is
We
Sunday,
fight
February
once
4th.
again.
My dad contacted corporate this morning, and they didn't really do anything. They said they were sorry that happened, but they didn't take his contact information or anything.
I'm sorry that happened. I mean, the way that, like, companies just try to brush things under the rug until it goes public and then they'll start doing something, it's generally great. Especially when you bear in mind what we're talking about. Yeah, we're talking about employees who took advantage of someone who had Down syndrome and was struggling with the scenario itself. Wouldn't feel comfortable in hiring a person and the member of staff just took advantage of that. That's what we're talking about here, and sorry that happened to you.
Get out of my way!
It almost insinuates that this is a somewhat normal thing that happens there, but not right.
I started posting online because I had an injury, and I knew that it being fractioned online, we were likely to get a response, and I was right. They took my contact information out, and the friends I
Oh yeah, so as soon as the TikTok video's up, they then take the contact information, and now they're going to look into it. This is what I mean, right? You can say all the negative things about TikTok you want, but it gets people just won't act until you come up. That's just kind of how it works. It's a sad reality, but it's a reality nonetheless.
But my mom just came back from the local store, and it was not good. The person who called her said that they were the big boss of the store, so I guess enough.
Spike planted.
My parents explained what happened, and they said, "What do you want me to do about it?" What? First of all, my sister deserves an apology. She also deserves her money back.
Oh yeah! Monster on the loose!
Only been $7 or $8, and I don't think gift card money and cash are not the same thing.
Definitely not the same thing. That seems like a very out.
Just ground
my territory. Last player standing.
The name on the receipt under the cashier was not working at the time. Ryan was just the guy who opened. But here's the biggest news. Ryan, I don't care what you say, gift card money and cash are not the same thing.
Definitely not the same thing. That seems like a very...
One enemy remaining.
But here's the biggest news. Ryan, who was the name on the receipt under the cashier, was not working at the time. Ryan was just the guy who opened the register that morning.
Right, so this is some very bizarre information. I believe this is why the original video was taken down, because it also said Ryan on the receipt, but it turned out it wasn't who did it. So I think she took it down for that reason. She didn't want this Ryan person to get backlash because of it. But Ryan apparently wasn't even the one who was running the till. He just opened it, meaning someone else was on the system, on the till, is that what you call it? But what this does mean is unless you can check the CCTV footage, you don't know who this was, right? You don't know who was running the till at the time.
Guess who was working at the time that she went in? Only the manager and the shift lead. So the big boss is going to check out their copy of their receipt, because my parents gave them her order number, and he's going to check cameras for that time.
I mean, that's good news. Hopefully something is done, but that is mental, right? The only people working at the time was the manager and the shift lead. Meaning, it seems like whoever did this is someone in power and feels like they can get away with stuff like this. And by the way they did it,
Spike
like, it
planted.
makes it feel like they've definitely done it before. I mean, for a few reasons, right? If you're going to steal from the business, I mean, they stole from this girl and the business at the same time, right? But if you're going to steal from the business, I don't think $20 would be the first choice you make. It's quite a bit of money with quite a high risk. Maybe it is, maybe it isn't, but it doesn't seem like it would be the first time. And the fact that they even knew how to do this in the first place, I mean, like, if you told me the scenario and mentioned the gift cards and the money and the price and stuff, and then asked me to come up with a solution of how you can steal $20 out of that, it would take me so long to think of it. But if they just done it straight away while this woman's waiting for her food, it makes it seem like they definitely knew what they were doing.
Last player standing.
Some people said that the employee stole from Panera and not from my sister. That's kind of true. People put in money as like a discount instead of making not a restaurant. Let's say you're paying cash for a $10 sandwich. If the employee discounts it $5, then the register think that they were charged $5.
Match point.
So when the register needs to be balanced at the end of the shift, they only expect that $5 to be there. The other $5 that he paid in cash goes into the employee's pocket because that's the discount amount. So yes, he stole $22 from Panera, but my sister had a $15 gift card. She was only supposed to pay $7 or $8 cash.
I mean, yeah, he clearly stole from both of them here. I think that is a ridiculous opinion. That's what you would. It really just confuses me that people can't think of between cash. Yes, they're technically cash, but again, the gift card can only be used at that restaurant. Your cash can be used to have food, like food shops and whatnot. Your gift card can only be used at that specific place. So to purposefully take money out of this girl's bank, or maybe not a bank, so it's in cash, but to take money out of her pocket when they didn't need to, at the gift card, it's so grim. It's grim behavior.
There was a discounted amount for $22. Why would he discount $22? Was he being nice? Why would he discount 22 specifically? Why not
No
20?
charges
Why
left.
not the full amount? Why make her pay $150? What actually happened?
Here.
A $10 bill.
Last player
Your
standing.
duty is not over.
No, I want to use this. He charged her $22. That is the highest round number that he could charge.
Last player
Get
standing.
Grounded. Because the gift card won't work.
Spike
if the
planted.
purchase is under $1.
Right, so that's the whole dollar thing there, right? The gift card will work unless the purchase is above $1. I think, look, the proof's in the pudding. Clearly, this guy did what has been insinuated here. I don't see how you can even work around that. What can the excuse be?
The reason that we caught this is because she had a gift card that wasn't used. Why wasn't it used? Why was she asked to take cash instead of using the gift card? In this case,
Attackers win.
I mean, if that is true, I think, look, the proof's in the pudding. Clearly, this guy did what has been insinuated here. I don't see how you can even work around that. What can the excuse be?
The reason that we caught this is because she had a gift card that wasn't used. Why wasn't it used? Why was she asked to pay cash instead of using her gift card? In this case, he probably looked at her, could tell she was disabled, and that's why he did it.
I mean, if that is true and that's the reason he did this, there's no word for it, is there? This should be a person that you should be helping out and listening to more than most people, right? You want to try and make the situation the most relaxing it possibly can be, the least stressful it possibly can be. And then to just take advantage of that, it's horrible.